disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and death's dark shadow put to flight. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O
I suppose we should get going.
Yeah!
Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, hello, everybody. Good morning. What's going on? Yeah. Stay away from me, Steve-O. Stay away from me.
It's just allergies, man.
Okay.
I'm that guy.
Yep, you're that guy.
I have been sick for like 3 weeks. Have you noticed that? This is the longest I have ever been sick in my entire life.
I feel like I would have gotten sick by now.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be allergies.
That or I'm like a super athlete.
I mean, that could be
You
it
know,
too.
Immune system
Which
is so powerful.
actually means I'm going to need your body.
You need my blood?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You're going to be the cure for the world. Sadly, you have to die and give all of your blood.
I have that young blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the world will be spared my pain. I'm currently living with this dude named Brutus. Brutus the Brutal.
Who's that?
He's my headache. I named him.
Oh.
And I'm regularly keeping him at bay with medicine.
What do you have with names that start with B or Brew or Bro?
Well, it's just because he's brutal.
Oh,
So
okay. That makes
Brutus
sense.
the Brutal,
Yeah.
you know?
That makes
like, what
sense.
else would you name him? You'd be like, this is my headache, Marcel. It just doesn't have the same
Ernie.
ring.
Ernie the headache.
Ernie the headache, yeah. My cousin's name is Marcel. Shout out to my cousin Marcel.
How about Henry the headache?
Henry the headache. But it's more of like a Marcus the migraine.
Ooh, I like that too.
Yeah. So,
How about Harriet?
Harriet the headache?
Yeah.
I don't know if my wife would be down with me living with another woman. Although, oh man,
Wait, what?
I have I just thought of something, and I'm sorry. You know, it's
Sure you want to share this on the air? I don't know.
yes, yesterday.
What happened? Gosh, my eyebrows are out of
man.
control. What happened?
It's Christmas time.
Is it Christmas already?
It's the time of year where people send you Christmas cards. We got the really rad Heights Christmas card. Did you get one of those? Oh, you don't have an address. Never mind.
You know what? The Petersons got one.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Perfect. We got one. We got one here in the studio. Shout out to our girl Becca. The Toops.
Oh, yeah, we got that one.
Yeah, we got that one.
Yep.
We got that one yesterday.
I've gotten them all.
Yeah. Yesterday I got one from my lawyer.
From what? Your lawyer? You have a lawyer?
I get a Christmas card from my lawyer.
What?
You know, car accidents and all that stuff. You know,
I was like, wait.
So my lawyer. Okay, so it's from a law firm.
Uh-huh.
Get a Christmas card, and it says, Steve and Helen Jeter.
Steve and Helen Jeter? Okay.
No, it's Steven and Helen Jeter.
Uh-huh.
I'm going, great. And so, of course, Chrissy gets home.
Oh, no.
And
You didn't just throw the
there's
card
a
away?
Christmas card from my attorney to Steven and Helen Jeter.
Oh, no.
And that was it for the rest of the day. Like Luke and Jack were like, something you need to tell us, man?
Yeah.
Who's the second family?
Yep.
Your divorce lawyer sent it to the wrong address? I'm going.
A crime may be a crime if one followed a crime.
I have the wittiest
Second
teenagers.
family.
Wittiest teenagers on the planet, because that's where they went. I'm still
you
laughing.
said it. You said it a couple days
it was
ago.
the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
You said it a couple days ago, Steven. You said, "What's in the dark will come to light."
I admit.
And that's exactly
That's what happened. I blame my lawyer.
Yep.
Dude. Paul says, what happened to attorney-client confidentiality, man? Dude,
It's a common mistake. It's a common mistake.
Died. So maybe her name should be Helen the Headache in honor of my second wife
Not
out there
bad.
somewhere.
I like it.
Because he's like, Helen, hun. I'm like, yeah, she's 83. Just waiting for her to die so I can get that insurance money, man. Helen. Helen doesn't sound like a young,
Yeah, Helen.
That's it. That's what happened yesterday.
Why do you think they?
I don't know. I want to call them.
How did they mess up on that?
I almost want to call them on the radio, but I can't do that.
I can just picture them sitting around at the office going, what was Steven's wife's name? And someone's like, I think it's Helen.
I'm pretty sure it's Helen.
Yeah, Helen.
I think he said her name was Helen. All right, well, we'll just send it off. Rather than like Steven and family or something, or like the Jeter family.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
there you
we
go.
get a lot of the
Jeter
Jeter family
yeah.
this time of year. So that you don't have to try and remember all our kids' names.
See, that's why it makes sense that you would have a second family. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, why?
Because they Helen, where would they get Helen from? There's no way they would just put Helen on there.
Yeah.
That's come on, man.
Yeah.
They would go with Jeter family
Yeah.
if they didn't know. So, see, I don't even know about your second family. Or do I? I don't know. We'll keep you guys updated as that story unfolds at the Jeter household, you know?
Wait, where's yesterday's podcast? It should be there. I uploaded it yesterday.
What? And the podcast isn't there?
Yeah.
Gosh, you know what? People count on that, you know?
It should be
And
there.
when you don't upload it,
I produced it yesterday.
it throws everybody's day off.
No, hold on. Let's make sure and see. It's there, bro. It's right. All 4 hours is there.
Hey, don't have a cow, dude.
Just don't have a cow, man. First of all, if you're going to try and do it, which is hilarious because hour one of yesterday's show is called Don't Have a Cow. Yay! The irony of that.
I love it.
It's there, bro.
I love it. I love it.
I don't know
How's
what to tell
Starmy
'em.
doing? How you doing, Starmy? How are we?
Yeah.
Doing okay?
Yeah.
Is everybody sick? It's the holiday season. That's what happens.
Yeah.
When you've been naughty, you get sick. That's what happens.
I mean, me and Helen, man.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys would just pray for protection over me, you know, that I don't get sick. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And YouTube, you guys chime in. We're live right now. 2 different platforms if you'd like to jump on board. YouTube Live at Star 88 FM and Twitch.tv. If you guys want to go there, we're on Twitch. And you guys can call us. Phone lines are open. 505-338-3700. And you can text in. You can text us anytime. What is that number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
Of course, this morning we have Brian Nixon coming up at 3 degrees at 7.
Dude, did you see the music he sent us for this
Yeah.
morning? So I'm really excited. It's going to be a good morning.
It's going to be a good one. Shock Therapy Live with Nate Heitzig coming up at 9. And we're going to talk about California considering, hey, we're going to charge you. We're going to tax text messages.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, California, bro.
Yeah, you know what? I'm okay with what they're doing because that means hopefully people will start moving out of California, which will make it better when I move there finally.
Okay.
You know? I'll be there someday.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? That's fine. Tax me. I don't care. Tax me. Yeah, that's kind of weird, right? They're going to tax you for sending text messages? We'll read that story coming up. Some Christmas stuff on the way, some regrets. People were surveyed about the most common regrets. We've got an Uber driver story in the news, this is a weird story. I don't get it, but Steph Curry. Did you hear about Steph Curry? You know how he said the moon landing was fake on that podcast the other day? Well, now he's saying he was just joking.
Yeah, see?
It's just a joke.
Exactly.
Kind of figured that, or his PR people said, hey, you can't say that.
Yeah.
It's ruining your image, dude.
Dude, coming up, I also have some news about Netflix, Marvel, and The Nail in the Coffin. So if you're a fan of Daredevil, Iron Fist, or Luke Cage in particular, you definitely are going to want to hear this.
Okay, dokie.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody. We're going to take a quick break. Live from the Dream Star Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back. Good morning, everybody.
Understanding God's Word changes everything. And this Christmas, you can give a better understanding of the Bible by choosing a gift from the Connect with Skip Heitzig Christmas Gift Ideas brochure. Here's a life-changing gift idea from Skip Heitzig. It's a special You Can Understand package. One of our listeners recently shared, I was searching for a resource that would walk me through the Bible and teach me what it means. I had read the Bible, but didn't understand it. That's how I found Skip Heitzig's teachings. I started with Genesis. It is engaging and easy to understand. Start at the beginning with You Can Understand the Book of Genesis and discover the origins of God's redeeming love, and learn how to accurately interpret end times prophecy and live life with confidence in You Can Understand the Book of Revelation. Find the You Can Understand package and more meaningful gifts in the Connect with Skip Heitzig Christmas Gift Ideas brochure. Download yours today at connectwithskip.com/offer or call 800-922-1888.
A supernova on Star 88 with David Jeremiah.
God wants us to learn from the people of the Bible that he paints in living color. And we learn from Mary the submission of godliness and the surprise of it. And then a lesson we would rather not learn, the suffering of it. But does it not do our hearts well? Do we not feel a sense of identification with him in our own suffering? That we suffer not as others who don't suffer. We suffer as the Lord Jesus who suffered and as Mary who suffered. That's a part of life. We either embrace it and learn from it, or we spend our entire existence on this earth fighting against something which we can never, ever overcome.
Turning Point with David Jeremiah. Don't miss it on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 11 a.m. on 107.1 FM.
I know a place where we can go to lay the troubles down, eating your soul. I know a place where mercy flows. Take the stains, make you whiter than snow. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current. from dusty roads into paradise. All of my dirt, all of my shame, drowned in the streams that have made me born again. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. Living water that brings the dead to life. Oh, we're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You will leave change. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same. Let's go down. Let's go Let's go down. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You will leave change. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Never the same. Oh, down. Gonna go down in amazing grace. Down, down, down to the river. Gonna go down in amazing grace.
Jordan Felice. He's going to go down by the river. If you didn't know that.
Oh, dude, homie's going down.
He's going down by that river. 624.
High today of 45 degrees.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dax and Sheila.
Tonight on Gingerbread House Hunters, thanks to their growing family, Brad and Linda want a larger holiday centerpiece for the dining room table. Brad wants gumdrops. Jenny prefers licorice. As for the kids, peppermints are a must. But unfortunately, they disagree on one thing.
Hey, honey, look at this. I had the idea of putting popcorn on the ceiling.
What? No! No popcorn! They don't want popcorn stuck to their ceilings.
No, you know, popcorn ceilings.
That's so stupid. What will they decide?
You're the stupid one.
Find out tonight on Gingerbread House Hunters. Nobody would do that, Brad.
Everybody does gumdrops.
Only on HGTV, where we'll make you watch annoying white couples shop for anything.
Gotta make sure I record that.
Mm-hmm.
Bill, if you're listening, you set that DVR. Set that TiVo, you know?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh,
Welcome to
yeah.
the show. Welcome to it, guys, on a Thursday. Gosh, I thought it was Friday.
He really did.
didn't.
Hey, is Sam Swan coming in this morning?
That's what I
And I'm
said.
going, well, it's
Oh.
Thursday.
Gosh.
I'm sorry, man. I know when that hits, and then you realize you have to work another day this week.
So disappointed. Are you, just, let's call it. Are you calling in sick tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. See,
Yes,
it's our
I
Friday.
am.
Here we go.
I just made it our Friday. I feel terrible, guys.
I think I have, well, I don't have to, but I think I have like one, maybe 2 more days that I could put in for vacation before the end of the year.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah. Well, I already put in a
Okay,
couple
the
days,
week?
but well, I didn't have to put in a week because we get pretty much that whole week off except for 2 days, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Then the next week, pretty much get that half a week off,
I
you
don't
know?
think we have Christmas Eve off.
Got to double check that.
Yeah, no.
Double check
We
that.
don't have that.
Okay. You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay. Well, anyway.
So glad I said that to you. That'd have been sad.
Yeah, I can't come back until like the 3rd, man. I'm sorry. I think I'm going up to Montana.
Yeah.
If I make it back.
Dude, Paul just walked outside, by the way, and the wind destroyed all of his Christmas decorations.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
20, 30 mile an hour winds overnight.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, which has totally helped with my sinuses.
You know what I'm going to do here in a little bit? I'm going to sign up for this contest that Vitamin Water's doing. You see this?
What?
Yeah, they're going to pay someone $100,000 if you give up your phone for all of 2019. That's what you have to do. If they pick you, like you have to give up your smartphone for 365 straight days. That means like iPad, anyone else's smartphone or iPad.
You can't have an iPad?
Mm-mm.
Never mind. I was like, I'll do it because then I can just play my games on my...
Nope. Here's how they, because you're like, okay, well, how are they gonna, at the end of a year, how do they find out if they're telling the truth or not? Well, they have a lie detector test. Probably that same one you can buy on Amazon. Yeah, you get $100,000 if you pass the lie detector test. If you make it 6 months, you get 10 G's. How about that?
You can't use your company phone, Paul. Everybody's trying to give here's what I'll do.
Well, here's what they'll give you.
Yeah.
All right, they'll give you a 1996 cell phone.
Dude,
it's a 1996
would you go back to just a little flip phone from 1996?
Of course I would. I would give up all my smartphone technology for a whole year if it meant I got $100,000 at the end of it. Heck yeah, I would. And I will probably be entering this contest. Just saying.
Yeah, but we're going to make more than that just from social media alone when Don't Sweat the Small Stuff launches. Think about it, bro.
Well, that's why
big.
You can take care of that, and Jordy.
Nah,
you guys are great.
Bro.
Nah, you don't need me. You don't need me. Jordy,
Dude, so
Jordy's
many people
got
are like,
more.
I'm in.
Jordy's got more friends than both of us put together.
People say they're in, but imagine an entire year.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Without any technology. Think about that. You'd have to use a computer somewhere to check your email.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll check it at work.
A 1996 era cell phone did not have text messaging.
Mm-mm.
So think about that as well.
No texting.
You won't be able to text.
Yeah.
It's literally an old cell phone that makes phone calls.
Yeah. $100,000 at the end of that. $100,000 at the end of the rainbow. 1 year, 365 days. No texting, no smartphone, no iPad. I would have to just go old school and I could watch TV. What about
Yeah, Kim, no tech at all. Like they're saying not at all. You can't use your friend's smartphone. You can't use an iPad.
They didn't say anything about a smart TV. I wonder if that's in the rules as well. But I think it's just probably cellular.
No
it's
texting.
Cell phone.
So that means no texting for a year too.
Mm-hmm.
You just have this old phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody says I have to use a smartphone work, so I guess I'm out.
You have to. You have to. Why do you have to?
On the flip side, somebody said our work actually uses flip phones. I had to relearn how to use it. Sign me up.
Remember this one? The Nokia?
Oh, dude.
The Nokia 3310?
That's already more advanced than the first phone I had.
Man.
That's crazy, man.
Gosh, let's bring it back. Bring it back.
Dude, the Morning Invasion only via radio. You couldn't stream us on the app.
Exactly.
Couldn't download the podcast unless it was directly to a computer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Going back to the old school way of life. What do you think? Good morning.
Hi, good morning, guys. It's Naomi.
Hey, Naomi.
What are you doing, Naomi?
Oh, nothing. I'm just saying that I already entered into this contest.
Did you really?
Oh, man. Oh, it's on. It's on.
No, legit. I really entered myself into this contest. Like, what do I have to lose besides a year of no phone?
Right.
What did you say? Because the rules are you have to do, a couple hashtags, but you also have to, describe what a year would be like without a smartphone. What did you say?
Okay, what I did, so I entered through Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can enter Twitter. Listeners, listen up. And I did a series of 4 tweets because that's part of the rules as well. So I just did a shout out hey, Vitamin Water, I can tell you what I could do with no phone for a year contest. First of all, no one called or texted me.
Wow.
And I sent a little gift, which is, I guess it's, oh my gosh, Bill Murray, that says, I got that going on for me, which is nice.
Nice.
So I just made it creative. They want to see creativity, how you could really do yourself without a year. I don't think a gift would be very,
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's great. She'll never win.
Yeah. Yep.
And then also was I can also focus on my education in college.
Oh, yeah. You'll never win.
Say that I did it. And then
you won't.
Another funny thing did you just discourage me in my college education?
No, I'm not.
Huh?
I'm not.
No?
What?
Oh, okay. I'm just hearing things. All right, cool. I got you.
Wow.
and then how I put it back where I would be exactly where I was in high school without a phone, and I was homeschooled.
Boom.
You know, being the awkward. Super awkward.
I hope
That's
you
all right.
win, kind of.
You're not going to win.
Because then how are you going to listen to us?
I could listen on the stereo that I have on my boombox in my room.
That's true.
Like, you know, I'm not going to have a cow over it, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to have a cow over it.
Dude, I hope you win. I really do. That would be crazy.
That would be cool.
Dude, I don't know what I would do with that kind of money, though. I honestly don't.
Bet it on black. All right. Well, good luck.
Naomi.
Good luck. I don't think you're going to win or get chosen, but,
Oh my gosh,
whatever.
way to discourage her. I'm all for you, Naomi.
Way to discourage me. Hold on, Des. I want to call you out because what if I do win?
Yeah.
What I kind of want to make a bet between us on this.
Dude, can you thread his eyebrows off? Because they are crazy right now.
My eyebrows
He's
are
got
so
like
crazy.
Oscar the Grouch.
Dude,
Steve-O, yes. Hey, if I win this, I have to thread off your eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, it hurts so bad. But
Do
I
it.
need it so bad.
He looks like Oscar the Grouch right now.
They're so
like they're just
bushy.
like round.
But
And
you
then,
know-
like, you don't like shampoo them in the morning?
No, shampoo them in the
Yeah,
morning.
you should.
Give them your conditioner as well.
Yeah. They're just
So they're a little aggressive.
yeah.
So
They're pretty aggressive.
Dude, bushy eyebrows are totally in
Yeah,
2018
but, like,
right now.
I mean,
so, you know what I'm saying?
You still got to tame them, bro.
2019. We got to move on from the past.
This is true. This is true.
All
All
right.
right, that's it. Handshake, boom, you guys.
Good
if
luck.
you win, you're threading his eyebrows.
Good luck.
Okay, and if I lose, like, what would I do?
If
for
you lose,
Des?
you're threading his eyebrows. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm shaving your head.
Oh, okay.
If you lose, I'm shaving your head.
We're not shaving Nomi's head.
Yep.
Oh man.
All right.
There you go.
Well, good luck.
I
All
love
right.
it.
We'll
I
see
love
you later.
it, Nomi.
Bye-bye.
I love that we actually know somebody who really did this.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like millions of people are
I
going to
would
do this.
totally. Well, no, I wouldn't. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. For $100,000, I wouldn't stop playing my Transformers and Marvel.
That's
video
crazy
games.
to me. That's insane. Like you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't.
No.
You wouldn't. It's not 100
Nah.
grand isn't worth it to you.
There's no other way I can play these games.
Oh
How
my
else am I gonna
gosh.
like hang out with my alliance and stuff? Yo?
Unbelievable. That's
You know what
so
I'm saying,
crazy.
dog?
Here's what, because you have to take a lie detector test at the end of this
Yeah.
to prove that you actually didn't use a smartphone or an iPad at the end of 365 days. What if? What if you actually, like, you didn't touch a smartphone and you failed the lie detector test? What? Because, I mean, that's possible. You could.
Yeah.
Those things aren't 100%. I don't know, man, but I guess you have until it's like January 8th to enter, I believe, and it's like Twitter and Instagram.
So Vitamin Water, if you're just joining us, is offering one person $100,000 to go without basically technology for a year because you can't have a smartphone, you can't have an iPad, you can't use somebody else's smartphone, you can't use somebody else's iPad, nothing. So basically, there goes your Instagram, there goes your Facebook, except for on a computer, and
Yeah.
they're going to give you a 1996 era smartphone or cell phone,
Yeah.
which doesn't even have like texting capabilities because 1996.
You gotta call me. You gotta call me, guys. You know?
Dang,
And I guess if you make it 6 months, they'll give you 10 G's.
Although I wouldn't mind that because I'm a little weirded out by the fact that like my mom had a really important thing this week and I was upset because she didn't tell me about it, or so I thought, until yesterday when I jumped on Marco Polo because I got an email that said, Dorothy sent you a polo that you haven't checked yet. And I'm like, that's weird. Why am I getting an email telling me to go check my Marco Polo? Sure enough, she Marco Polo'd me last week to tell me about this really important thing that I should be praying about.
Oh my gosh.
That I didn't know about until it was over.
Ugh.
My mom.
She's on Marco Polo.
In her 70s.
That's hilarious.
Marco Polo'd me about her court date.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, dude, you could have called.
You could have called.
You could have texted.
Yeah, exactly. Marco
I would have
Polo.
even accepted an email from you, mother. But you Marco Polo'd me.
That's one
and
thing.
I don't use that app.
I don't understand the Marco Polo thing because it's pretty much just like texting Except it's more like a walkie-talkie,
It's
right?
like everybody's like, what is Marco Polo? Here, I'll do it right now for you guys.
It doesn't make any sense, though, because you can just do that.
I don't even know where it is on my phone. Okay, there it is. It's literally like video texting.
Exactly. You could do that on your regular texting.
I'm going to Marco Polo my mom back. Because seriously, it's like, boop. Hey, Mom, we're live on the radio. I just got your Marco Polo about that really important thing that I didn't know about. Dex is here.
Hi.
You gotta
hi.
Say hi to my mom.
Hi,
bro.
Mom. How
Gosh.
are you?
Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the Marco Polo.
Okay.
And there you go. That's it. And I just sent her a video. And then at some point, if she ever opens the app, she'll get it.
There you go.
And then she can send me another video back. It's kind of worthless.
Is this Steve-O's mom on the phone? Hello.
Hi, Hito. How are you?
This is Steve-O's mom. What's up with Marco Polo?
I just wanted to tell you about that really important thing that I had for you, mijo, or for me. I'm really upset. I didn't know how to tell you.
I know.
But since I've actually Marco Polo, it's already happened since you haven't opened it.
Beautiful. Well, you're just really, really up to date on the technology. So good job, Mom. Way to go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to enter the contest because I need my technology.
Yeah. I know, Mom. Bueno, bye. Love you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Orale.
Okay. Get out of here.
Dude, I love this Starmie. Gosh, man. They're getting better at just becoming who you say.
See?
You have powers, man.
See, man?
You've
That's
got
how
all
you
the
do
powers.
It. Developing the powers.
Yeah.
Way to stay in character, too.
By the way, don't...
sweat the small stuff?
Yes, don't sweat the small stuff. Also, somebody's saying not to fix your eyebrows because wild eyebrows are in
Thank
style.
you. Yeah, I told you guys.
In Serbia.
Oh.
So if you're willing to move to Serbia, you
Serbia?
are a hot commodity,
Oh, wow.
my friend.
Gosh, man, I gotta...
Serbia.
I'm scared to, use the clippers on.
I can help you, bro.
No.
My boy David Gatt, Square Root Salon, he was the first one that ever did that, and then I was going,
I was scared to death.
Oh my gosh! And then it's like, oh no, okay, cool. I look like a functioning human and not a dude that got accosted by 2 caterpillars.
But it's funny, you'd never do that at home by yourself, right? With clippers, you would never go. I'd never do it.
Now I would.
No,
because I watched him do it.
I
but
can't do it.
I don't. I just, because I go see him regularly.
Yeah.
So.
All right. We
Yeah.
got to take a break, guys.
Yeah.
Good morning. We got 3 Degrees with Brian Nixon coming up at 7. And
I think my medicine's kicking in. I'm feeling good, man.
Oh, great.
Feeling good.
All right. Hang out with us. We'll be right back.
Christine Kane challenges us to not just look at those around us, but to see the person as Christ sees them in this Star 88 PowerPoint.
What I find really interesting is that here is Simon, the religious man, the Pharisee. It is so amazing how you can have a religious persona. I'm not just talking about clergy and laity here. I'm talking about anyone that thinks that there's some form of religious, a Christian, whatever you might be. It is amazing that this religious leader had the creator of the universe at his house for dinner and didn't even see him. He had the creator of the universe sitting there. See, the thing that I've discovered is not only did he not see the woman, but because he didn't see the woman, he didn't see the Savior. Many of us, because we don't see people, we don't see Jesus. Now, we might come here and sing to him and make us feel good about ourselves, but we don't really see Jesus because we don't see people.
That's Christine Kane on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Had as much of you as I can take. I'm so done, so over being afraid. I've gone through the motions, I've been back and forth. I know that you're thinking you've heard this before. I don't know how to say it, so I'm just gonna say it, yeah. Fear you don't own me. There ain't no room in this story, and I ain't got time for you telling me what I'm not. Like you know me, well guess what? I know who I settling. You probably never saw it coming. Something's gotta give, so I give up you. Oh, there's no room for you here, yeah, I've had enough. The no vacancy sign on my heart is lit up. In case you didn't hear it, here it is again. Oh, fear you don't own me. There ain't no room in this story. And I ain't got time for you telling me what I'm not, like you know me. Well, guess what? I know who I am. I know I'm strong. And I am free, got my own identity. So fear you will never be welcome here. Is there anybody out there just like me? Anybody out there? Anybody needing fear to leave? Oh, yeah. If you don't know how to say it, sing along with me. Sing fear you don't own me. There ain't no room in this story. And I ain't got time for you telling me what I'm not, like you know me. Well, guess what? I know who I am. I know I'm strong, brave, and I am free. Got my own identity. So fear you will never be welcome here. Goodbye, goodbye, fear. Whoa, you will never be welcome here.
Francesca Battistelli, the breakup song. It is star 88, 644. Height a day of 40. Steve, hello? Anyone?
What's going on in the news today?
The president's former attorney is heading to prison. Michael Cohen sentenced to 36 months.
British Prime Minister Theresa May survived a vote of no confidence.
We now need to get on with the job of delivering Brexit for the British people.
Global manhunt after the deadly terror attack near a Christmas market. The scene in Strasbourg, France. As the shooting unfolded, the gunman was apparently shot too and then jumped into a taxi.
The opioid fentanyl has surpassed heroin as the deadliest drug in America for the first time ever.
The publisher of the National Enquirer flipping, helping prosecutors, and admitting to paying hush money to help Donald Trump win. Prosecutors say they knew they were breaking the law and admit they did it anyway.
The Library of Congress is adding 25 films to be preserved by the National Film Registry. Some of this year's new additions include The Shining, Jurassic Park, Brokeback Mountain.
A tank at a German candy factory overflows, covering a road in chocolate.
An army of firefighters shovel the sweet solidified mess away.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, everybody.
Toot, toot.
Merry Christmas. You guys can be a part of the show. 505-338-3700. Coming up at 7, our boy Brian Nixon. 3 degrees. It's going to be a good one. Can't wait. Probably the smartest hour of the week, you know? 9 o'clock, we got Shock Therapy Live with Pastor Nate Heitzig. Starmy, good morning.
I got a poem I wrote.
Oh, who's this?
Just right. You know, I didn't call in yesterday.
Hey, can I before you get into your poem, I just want to put Bill Peterson on blast for a second. You should have saw what Bill was eating last night.
Oh no.
He's out of control. Bill, you're out of control. I'm putting you on blast because I'm worried about you. I really am. I feel like you're one cheeseburger away of becoming diabetic.
A statistic.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to who walks on water. The one who, I'm just going to have the burger with no bun. I won't even touch the lettuce.
Yeah.
I don't want any cheese on my burger.
Lettuce is good.
I have nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with lettuce. I wanted to eat the burger and bacon. That's all I had last night. And he made fun of me because I was making fun of him. I actually wasn't making fun of him. I was actually worried about him. He had 2 giant. First off, he said, "Do you want sliders for dinner?" I'm like, "Sliders, cool. They're little mini burgers."
Yeah.
They weren't mini. They were like extra large cheeseburgers.
You know, hey, Bill, I will always eat your food. So if he's not going to appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it. I don't want him to
I'll
die
come over.
so he can continue to cook me dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. So
They were delicious. I had bacon and cheese.
Yes, you did.
And extra mayo on my little mini slider.
Mini slider, huh? Yeah. Mini sliders. I don't think so.
Because, I mean, you're talking to me. Like, when I grill burgers, we do, like, Angus beef half-pound patties. And
Yeah, that's what his was.
I have 2 patties.
that's what
I always do a double burger.
That's what Bill did.
See, no, you get the iron skillet, and you create a layer of onions, and then you cook the burgers on top of the onions.
They're actually really good.
You slow cook them. It's actually really amazing because the onion juices seep through the meat. Oh.
You just smell like a cheeseburger all the time. It's great. Anyways, I'm just worried about you. That's it.
So about this poem.
Yeah, about this poem. Hey, I don't want to steal any of Phoenix's thunder, but today is Ted Nugent's birthday.
Oh.
Ooh.
And Tom DeLonge.
Whoa. Gosh, man. You are stealing his thunder.
Uh-huh.
And Christopher Plummer. You know who Christopher Plummer was?
Of course, bro. I've seen The Princess Bride 147,000 times.
Okay, fair enough. No, he was Baron von Trapp.
Yeah, he's not. He's not in
The Sound of Music. Because I know you guys like to cuddle and watch The Sound of Music every Christmas season.
Yes.
Oh man, and I'm gonna make so many people mad when I say my thoughts on that movie.
Without further ado, I have a guest reader this morning.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, I do. And she's sitting right next to me. And she's shaking her head. And her fists are clenched.
Oh.
And my lovely wife, Kay, is going to read this poem.
He's like,
raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettle and brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things.
Okay.
She sounds great.
When the dog
they
bites.
were made for each other.
When bee stings.
Uh-huh.
When I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite thing.
Is this
and then
Roseanne?
I don't feel so bad.
No, come
on.
That's it.
That's
my poem.
Wow. Maybe you guys could roll your window up next time.
Yeah.
Why does it sound like you're on a train?
Maybe they are on a train.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, that was beautiful, Kay. Good job. Very, very nice.
Thank you, Dex. I love you, and I
Love
really
you too.
don't like Bill right now.
Wow.
He's going to get punched so hard as soon as they hang up.
I've only seen that movie once, and I've actually never made it to the end because I was bored to tears. So I apologize for ruining everybody's love of The Sound of Music.
Okay,
but
well.
It's also my thoughts on the original Mary Poppins.
No heart.
Yeah. I've never finished the original Mary Poppins either.
Love you
There
guys.
go.
Bye.
Love you. Maybe it's got to be Julie Andrews. I love Julie Andrews, but I've never finished The Sound of Music or Mary Poppins because I just couldn't.
Wow. You
Yeah.
just couldn't, huh?
They're just, it's so.
What do you mean? So
I
what?
just.
Mi-
do love
whatever.
Christopher Plummer.
Miracle on 34th Street. What is it?
Ugh. I'm so disappointed in you.
Yeah.
It's called It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh,
bro.
yeah. Okay. Well,
It's
I feel
a
like that's like
classic.
this. Yeah. So is The Sound of Music.
I mean.
Get out of here. Oh, my gosh. Well, good job, Kay. Wonderful job. Wonderful. That was the first time she's ever done a poem.
Yeah.
I can't believe she did it.
I can't either.
She sounds great.
I'll be excited if Bill makes it through the day.
Yeah, exactly. He got punched so hard.
You know. Yeah, of course he did.
He got throat
Of course
punched.
he did.
He got throat punched.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful poems by the Peterson family.
Love
so
it.
good. You guys can chime in 505-338-3700 if you'd like to call into the show. I have the perfect Christmas coming up. I don't know if we have time for it. Maybe we do. What do you think the perfect Christmas includes? If you could say right now, okay, the perfect Christmas, like the time you wake up, you open the presents, maybe what time do you guys eat?
I have the perfect Christmas every
Weather.
year, honestly.
You
Not
do?
joking. I really do. We wake up, all three boys rush downstairs.
What time do you wake up?
It's usually early because I'm an early riser, so the boys have never beat me awake on Christmas Day.
Wow.
Because it's Christmas Day. You want to know if Santa showed up.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm usually the first one awake, and I just kind of lay there for a bit and wait, and then you can hear them kind of like whisper, 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 and then we wait till all three boys are up, and it's usually like in the 7 o'clock hour.
Okay.
And we jump up and we open presents, and then there's coffee made, and we put the whatever football game or something on the TV. There's always something on the TV.
All right.
But then we go eat breakfast at my in-laws every Christmas morning.
Ooh.
And it's the best breakfast we have all year. It's breakfast burritos, and there's green chili, and there's everything. And nobody's allowed to open presents until everybody's eating breakfast over there.
Wow.
And that's like the second presents, you know.
Sounds great
Christmas
so far.
Day's, it's pretty incredible.
What's the weather like outside?
The weather, it's usually chilly, you know, but not like too cold. I mean, it's New Mexico.
Little chill in the air.
And
Okay.
then my father-in-law, who's the best man in the world, says, which Christmas movie we're going to watch? And then we all, like Chrissy's entire family, all of us, we gather around now they've got a really dope TV, but it used to be like the older TV. And we throw a movie on, and we all watch a movie. And it's always like Harold's pick.
Yeah.
So usually it's like Cinderella Man, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's cool. How many presents do you get?
Oh, wait, me or the kids?
I mean, just
'Cause
like
it's not about me anymore.
But think about it, for you personally, like the perfect. If you could say, like, how many would you want?
You're asking the wrong guy.
I know you're.
We already
like,
talked about this. I don't
I
care
know.
about presents.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to add.
You know
it
what
to
I
the
do care
list.
about? That Christmas card that's got like 500 in it.
Yes, thank you. See, that's all you had to say.
That's all I want. That's perfect.
All right. Well, this is they surveyed, and they said this is the perfect formula. For the perfect Christmas. All right. Okay. All right. And you did pretty well.
You awake at 7:43.
You wake up at 7:56 a.m.
Seriously? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You got that one?
Okay.
We live in New Mexico, so
Yeah.
you get 4 inches of snow outside. It's Christmas. Everybody wants the snow, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we live in New Mexico.
God,
I mean,
wish.
it could.
I wish.
I mean,
it would
could.
be amazing. I love, yeah.
Next, having one real Christmas tree inside. All right, I like the real. I don't like the fake.
Man, we haven't had a real tree in years.
Getting 7 presents. Wow, 7 presents. That's a little greedy. Okay.
It's not your birthday. It's
Right,
Christmas.
Watching 5 Christmas movies, which I feel like is a lot. Having as many family members together as possible. And eating dinner at 2:33 p.m.
Yeah. Dude, preach.
That, they say, is the perfect Christmas.
I'll take it.
What do you say, B-Nix? Perfect Christmas?
Not 2:33. I mean, if it was 2:31,
Yeah, that's more.
it would probably be perfect.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
And
You know?
instead of 5 movies, maybe 4.5 because you fall asleep by the 5th one.
I know we're like getting close to the end of the hour, but what is your personal favorite Christmas movie when you think of the movie that has to be on the TV on Christmas Day?
Oh, boy. A cartoon or quote-unquote real life?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. What do you want to watch?
I want both because you started with cartoon and I'm going, wow.
Well, Charlie Brown's Christmas cartoon. I mean,
Nice.
obviously, because it has such a infused gospel there.
Amen.
But I would say, because I'm a big Jimmy Stewart fan, It's a Wonderful Life.
Ugh.
I love Jimmy Stewart. He's one of my favorite actors. Steve and I are in an amazing embrace.
I've never seen it.
And
He's
then,
never seen It's a Wonderful Life.
wow.
Yeah.
And then I would say for more modern take, just because it's funny as a Christmas story.
Ah,
you know?
You just nailed America because
There it is.
They surveyed everybody, and number one, tied for first place, was "It's a Wonderful Life" and "A Christmas Story."
Wow. See, there you have it. Well, because here's the thing.
So well cultured.
It's a Wonderful
Just
Life.
a well-rounded man.
It has Jimmy Stewart, and you know he was America's actor for so long. I mean,
Amen.
there was John Wayne.
Okay,
but John
No,
Wayne,
dude.
he didn't
Jimmy
appeal to your
Stewart.
average guy.
He
Jimmy
was a
Stewart
racist,
did.
but whatever.
Dude.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, "It's a Wonderful Life" isn't my favorite Jimmy Stewart film.
No, it's not. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
No.
Vertigo.
No.
Do you like Liberty? Who Shot Liberty Valance?
Nope. I mean, this is like, I always do like my top 10 favorite movies of all time because everybody goes, come on, bro.
What's your
everything's
favorite to Jimmy Stewart?
And this is number 4 on my list of favorite movies of all time.
Okay, what is it?
Harvey.
Oh, Harvey is good. You're right. I totally forgot about Harvey.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Jimmy Stewart, when I was growing up, he was my favorite
Same.
actor.
Nice.
Jimmy Stewart
Same.
was one of those guys. And here's the thing about Jimmy Stewart. He was a believer.
Loved the Lord,
He loved the
man.
Lord. He would go to church. He made sure his kids were raised in church. And he was a fabulous actor. And he served in the military.
Nice. Yeah.
Jimmy Stewart was a great
He was
guy.
just that dude, man.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Just hold
All
your
right.
horses, guys.
Okay.
Calm down.
Yeah. We're
Gotta
stopped.
take a break, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
But thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
We got 3 Degrees with Brian Nixon coming up right after this.
This is a fresh thought. Listen up to Levi Lusko.
God has called us to use our words in a way that build people up and don't tear them down. Back to wolves a little bit. One of the books I read in preparation to writing this book was a book called The Wisdom of Wolves. And it was by these 2 researchers who spent 6 years living with a wolf pack. That's commitment. That is dedication. Literally, they lived amongst a wolf pack for 6 years so that they could write and learn. It was the most extensive study ever done from the inside out. They learned about all the wolf's behavior. And one of the things they said about the howl, I love. They said the wolf often uses the howl as a way to get the members of the pack worked up and excited before they would go out on a hunt. And I just got to thinking about how cool it is that they're almost like rallying each other. Like, here we go, we got it, we're gonna kill the deer. It's like, oh, yeah.
For more fresh thoughts, go to LeviLusko.com. A Star 88 Supernova. Here's Rick Warren.
From a personal perspective, this is the reason I do everything that I do. I love Jesus Christ. I love him with all of my heart. I am unashamed to say that as a man, I love God and Jesus Christ with all that I am. And if he never did anything else for me, I owe him the rest of my life. And I'm not embarrassed by that fact. I don't think it's wimpy. I think the fact is that God made me to love me, and I was made to love him, and I do. And everything I do because I love Jesus Christ. I'm not paid to pastor this church. You know, as I've said before, the staff is paid, but they're paid to be good. I'm good for nothing. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you decided what you're going to love most of all in life?
Catch Rick Warren's Daily Hope on KNKT 107.1 weekdays at 7:30 a.m. A soundtrack for your soul. This is Star 88 on KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and Star88.fm.
If I didn't know what it hurt like to be broken, then how would I know what it feels like to be whole? If I didn't know what it cuts like to be rejected, then I wouldn't know the joy of coming home. Maybe it's okay if I'm not okay, 'cause the one who holds the world is holding on to me. Maybe it's alright if I'm not alright, 'cause the one who holds the stars is holding my whole life. If I didn't know what it looked like to be dirty, then I wouldn't know what it feels like heaven. Father, let your kingdom come. Let your will be done here in my heart as in heaven. Maybe it's okay if I'm not okay. 'Cause the one who owns the world is holding on to me. Maybe it's alright if I'm not alright. 'Cause the one who owns the stars is holding my whole life. Now I'm alive in you. I'm bursting at the seams. And now I'm alive and I see you in everything. Maybe it's okay if I'm not okay.
We are messengers. Maybe it's okay on Star 88, 704.
High today of 45 degrees.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Oh, it is Thursday. Brian Nixon, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Great to be with you here on December 13th, 2018.
Merry Christmas, man.
We are so close to Christmas, it's unbelievable.
I know, right?
And wasn't it cool that last week for our 3 degrees, it happened to fall on the day we celebrate St. Nicholas,
Yeah,
and
that
we
was
used
cool.
it for that Compassion Thursday. You guys remember that?
I remember that.
You guys remember that?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was really cool, man. Yep, we got one more week, and then vacation.
Vacation.
Oh gosh, vacation.
Vacation.
Need it.
Well, we've got an interesting broadcast for this morning in that there's some heavier stuff that happened on this day, and then there's some lighter stuff. And of course, we're going to have Steve-O reading a poem. We're going to highlight a musician who's influenced so many people.
That's right.
And then Steve-O's going to quiz me on someone else who I don't have on my list.
Yes.
So he's going to quiz me.
Yeah.
But you guys ready for this day?
Ready.
Yeah.
All right. On this day, December 13th, in 1545, the Council of Trent begins. And most Christians go, I don't really know what the council is. You know, we hear a lot about councils, but we really don't understand them.
Yeah.
So here's for our listening public here. Councils throughout church history were when a lot of pastors, church leaders came together and essentially they tried to come to a consensus on church doctrine and such of that nature.
Yeah.
So early church councils revolved around scripture, the two natures of Christ, the Trinity, and all of this type of stuff. So what they had is they had the Bible before them, and they got people together and say, are we interpreting this correctly? And then they said, yes, we are, or no, we're not.
Yeah.
So a lot of the doctrine throughout church history was solidified in those early church councils. So they're very, very, very important. Except one called the Council of Trent, which was very divisive.
Okay.
And I recognize, Steve-O and Dex, that we have people from a variety of denominations who listen to this broadcast. We have Protestants, we have Roman Catholics, we have Eastern Orthodox, and we love them all. We all say, you know, we go back to those early church councils and say, we're going to agree. But the Council of Trent is one of those councils that really did divide Protestants from Roman Catholics.
Dude, it was crazy. It was like that scene in Luke Cage where they're all sitting at the table and then the Protestant guy came in with the Tommy gun and just yeah.
No.
Because all the Roman Catholics were sitting on the other side of the table.
Wow.
Wait, what was that Godfather 2?
No.
I might be getting them mixed up.
Yeah, you were pretty not close.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was how it happened.
Yeah, but it was divisive. Because you have to remember, so Council of Trent begins in 1545.
Way before the Tommy gun.
Right?
Yeah, way before the Tommy gun.
Didn't have a Tommy gun. Yeah.
But you have to remember, a few years before, Martin Luther nailed his 95 Thesis. So the Council of Trent was a reaction to Martin Luther's...
dope.
Was a reaction to Martin Luther.
Okay.
So this was a very specifically Roman Catholic council, and they basically said, we're going to spank you Protestants theologically. So what happened during the Council of Trent is many of the Protestant ideals were basically deemed wrong by the Roman Catholic Church. So as an example, they said Luther's sola fide, or faith alone, they said that's not correct. It's faith and works, that type of thing. And so where they said, you Protestants, you guys are just using the Old and New Testament. No. We're also going to say the Apocrypha is important. So they solidified the Apocrypha as part of Scripture. And they reaffirmed and defined transubstantiation, which was against what Luther was teaching. And they also affirmed the doctrine of purgatory, which, of course, Luther was against as well.
Yeah.
So the Council of Trent was that one council that basically said, here's where Roman Catholic individuals are standing theologically, and you Protestants are going to stand over there. Now, all that said, there are some Protestants who do believe in purgatory. So it's not just a specifically Roman Catholic thing. C.S. Lewis himself kind of leaned towards believing in purgatory. So purgatory wasn't just a Roman Catholic thing. Yeah. There are Protestants who believe in purgatory as well. But by and large, generally speaking, the Council of Trent set the tone of the division between Roman Catholics and Protestants.
Okay.
So that's
a lot.
Yeah, it started on this day in 1545, but it's an important one, and particularly for Christians. Now, here's the thing, Steve-O and Dex.
Yeah.
What we as Christians, we need to go back and go, okay, we understand the divisions. We're going to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But what we have in common is what? Jesus, right? We have in common Christ. And so we go back to those early councils, particularly the first three councils, Nicene Council, Constantinople, and so on and so forth, Chalcedon. And we would say, we're going to agree on these things, these early councils, and this is where we're going to stand. And we understand there's differences between denominations and so on and so forth, but what we have in common is Christ.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful. So 1543, December 13th. Now, we're going to jump to birthdays. On this day in 1521, Pope Sixtus V was
sounds
born.
like a Sith Lord.
Wow,
Yeah.
Sixtus?
Yeah, Sixtus. Pope Sixtus V was born.
The irony
And-
that he was the fifth and not the sixth.
Yeah,
right.
And he joined the Franciscan order, and he displayed talents both as a scholar and preacher. But why he's important, guys, and why we bring him up, he's important both for Roman Catholics and even Protestants.
Yeah.
He was one of the first popes, the first Christian leaders, to really stress the whole idea of do not get abortions.
Really?
Yeah. Now,
In the 1500s?
Yeah. Abortions have been around for a long time. People would kill children in mother's womb. And so he, though other Christian leaders had spoken out against it, he's the guy that said, hey, listen, if you do it, there could be penalties. You may be kicked out of the church. Meaning he took seriously this idea of do not kill a child in a mother's womb.
In the 1500s?
Yeah, he was born in 1521.
That blows my mind.
Yep. Isn't that cool, though? So Pope Sixtus, we could say this is one of the guys that really helped us realize the biblical teaching
He gave us the Sixtus Receptus.
of consistent life. Good for him.
Yeah.
Okay, on this day in 1818, Mary Todd Lincoln was born. Who's that?
Dude. Wait, what? I thought she was like a little teapot.
She is.
Short and stout.
Yeah. Who is she? Who is she, guys?
That's Abraham Lincoln's
That's
wife.
exactly
Come on,
right.
bro.
Good job, dude.
Abraham Lincoln.
I saw Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer Hunter.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yep. So on this day in 1818, the wife of Abraham Lincoln was born.
Not that you can't be beautiful if you're short and stout. I just realized that sounded really
that's
horrible.
Yeah,
That's not
you could be
true.
beautiful any size, shape that you are.
You can be.
Mr. Rogers would say you're special just the way you are.
You are, man.
You are. It's exactly right. It's how
Love
God
him
made
so
you.
much.
All right. On this day in 1911, the poet Kenneth Patchen was born. Now, what people don't realize, he may not be a household name for many. He was kind of an underground poet.
Ooh.
He also was an artist in that he did a lot of figurative scribbles and such. And he really had an underground following for many years. But as Steve-O just realized, the guy could produce some beautiful, beautiful poetry. So Steve-O is going to read.
As well as some fat beats.
Yes, he's going to read some beautiful Kenneth Patchen poetry this morning.
Kenneth Patchen,
Take it
born
away.
on this day
Here we
in
go.
1818. Know what day was he born?
He's 1911.
1911, 1818 was Mary Todd Lincoln Joseph Smith. Okay, you're giving me like this weird but music, night that asleep may go, where angels have their pale tail. This is too hard.
Okay.
This is stupid. It doesn't rhyme.
Man, you were
it
on a
doesn't
roll,
really,
though, bro.
I know, but it doesn't rhyme.
You really almost had it,
really,
Steve-O.
I really could have, but I don't want to.
How about this one?
Nah, this is like.
This is a serious,
this
beautiful.
Is like
this is
my
a
bad,
beautiful.
my bad, guys.
This is a
Dude,
beautiful poem.
He handed it to me, and I was like, I'm not going to mock this morning because
This is a beautiful
dope
poem.
Oh, my
rhyme,
bad,
yo.
my bad, guys.
Yeah,
Give
us
me
something beautiful.
I just need
Like-
you
like-
know, a Gregorian chant. You know, I'm just going to go with it.
Okay, go.
It's called Be Music Night. Be music night, that her sleep may go, where angels have their pale, tall choirs.
Love me.
Be a hand, see,
Don't touch me.
that her dreams may watch, thy guidesman touching the green flesh of the world. Be a voice, sky, that her beauties may be counted, and the stars will tilt their quiet faces into the mirror of her loveliness.
Lord, this about to get real.
Be a road, earth, be that road, that her walking may take thee where the towns of heaven lift their breathing spires. Oh, be a world and a throne, God, that her living may find its weather, and the souls of ancient bells in a child's book shall lead her into thy wondrous house.
What?
Isn't that beautiful? That ending.
Very
Read that.
nice.
Read that last thing about his.
Dude,
it's almost a prayer to God.
Because he's talking to the night, to the sea, to the sky, to the earth, and then he speaks to God and says, "Oh, be a world and a throne,
Yes.
that her living may find its weather, and the souls of ancient bells in a child's book shall lead her into thy wondrous house."
Is that probably could be one of the beautiful.
That was dope.
Yeah, about this whole notion of, God, be who you are and let
Yeah.
us just come as children and basically bask in your presence.
Yeah. Kenneth Patchen. That was dope.
Isn't that a great
It's
poem?
called Be Music Night.
Yeah. So Kenneth Patchen, born on this day in 1911. Thanks for that,
I love
Steve-O.
it. Not gonna get rid of
Okay, on this day in 1929, Christopher Plummer was born. All right.
He's 89 today, guys.
Is he really? 89.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite Christopher Plummer movie?
Dude, definitely not The Sound of Music. Probably Up is
Up?
my favorite.
Really?
Really?
He's the villain in Up.
That's right. He is.
And it's an incredible movie.
Yeah, it is.
Favorite Christopher
Yeah, come
Plummer
on.
movie.
Come
Sound of
on.
Music,
What some
dude.
of our what are some of our listeners?
Gosh.
What-
I got roasted
listeners-
already in the 6 o'clock hour because of The Sound of Music.
Listeners, what's your favorite Christopher Plummer movie? Wasn't he in Harry Potter?
No, he actually turned down the role.
No,
of
yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
did.
that's right. He turned
Yeah.
down that. He's the one that turned it down.
He did turn it
which
down.
he would have been great.
Yeah, he probably would have. And he's still around. Because it still makes me sad that Richard Harris passed away. And yeah, because he was only in the first two as
Yeah,
Dumbledore.
right.
But, oh gosh.
He's done a lot. And
He has, man. Like, looking at it, I'm like, I can't say. You know which one I really
Stevie, you're the
wanted to-
movie guy.
I am the movie guy. But, and I know it sounds stupid, but seriously, when you said it, the first thing I thought of was Up, actually.
Yeah.
Because I get it, it's just a voice, but that
Right.
movie was so fantastic. And I realized that's more like, it was Ed Asner, wasn't it? That
Yeah.
was the voice of the other. Yeah,
How about the
so-
Royal Hunt of the Sun?
I've never heard of that.
Oh, well, okay.
Never even heard of that.
Yeah, he played
Ste-
Atahualpa.
Steve-O's the movie guy. He's heard of all these.
How about Oedipus the King?
No, that's not my favorite.
What's yours, On Golden Pond?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude! Ah!
Yep.
Golden Pond. How about National Treasure?
No. I mean,
It was definitely Star Trek Klingon Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a video game where he reprised his role as the Klingon that
Yeah.
he did in.
Well, all our listeners could think about who they love, what movie they love
A
by
Hazard
Christopher
of
Plummer.
Hearts.
But we have another actor whose birthday is today. 1967, Jamie Foxx was born, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Jamie Foxx.
I don't think he gets enough credit,
Yeah,
man.
okay. He's won the Academy Award, though, hasn't he? Didn't he
You
win
know
the
what?
Academy Award?
Touche.
Yeah, for Ray, bro.
So he
And he
got
probably
a lot
won
of
an Oscar.
credit.
Did he win an Oscar too? Because he's like a triple threat.
Yeah, I mean, he's a talented guy.
That's an Academy Award, bro.
Yeah, the Oscar is the Academy Award. Dex? That's the same thing.
It's literally the same thing.
You guys are joking with me, right?
And he won the heart of his best friend's wife.
Yeah.
Really?
Did he really?
Yeah, dude. Him and Katie Holmes are totally getting married.
No, they're not.
No, that's like 5 years ago news.
Yeah, I know, but that's still a real thing, and they really are.
Are they really together still? I don't think they are.
Yes, they really still are.
I don't think so, man.
I'm not into Hollywood gossip here, but here's the thing.
It's not gossip. It's a beautiful friendship.
Am I allowed to say that I saw this movie? I do not recommend it for anyone under 28.
Okay.
Oh.
Because it has a lot of blood in it.
Is it Django
Unchained?
Oh.
Django Unchained was my favorite. Because
Jamie
I'm
Foxx.
a Western.
Yeah.
I'm a Western.
It's a very bloody Western.
Yeah.
It's very foul.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Nobody under the age of
there's no
35.
naked parts or anything.
No.
But the thing is,
naked parts.
the thing is that anyone who knows me knows I'm a Western fan. So I gravitate towards Westerns, love them to pieces. So this one, I didn't go see in a regular theater. I waited till it was like, on DVD or whatever they did. And because everyone said, hey, dude, you in Westerns, you have to see this movie. So I went and saw it, and I went, man, that's my favorite Jamie Foxx movie right there.
It was masterfully done.
A little too bloody.
Very bloody, yeah.
And Leonardo DiCaprio was actually really good in it, too.
Well, I think they nailed it. Unfortunately, it makes it very uncomfortable because it's set in that time period in the South where it's very racist.
Yeah.
And within a very racist culture. And so he's this, like, anti-hero.
Right.
But man, the picture it paints of what life was like for,
Yeah.
Gosh.
But make sure you ask your 90-year-old parents to see it before you go see it.
Yeah, no, don't ask them to see it. They'll have a heart attack and die.
If you could see it, it's one of those. So Jamie Foxx was born, but you know what, guys? We have another birthday today.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And this fella,
You're not going to ask us our favorite Jamie Foxx?
Oh yeah, what's your favorite Jamie Foxx?
I mean, I really liked Any Given Sunday.
Oh, that was a great movie.
I used to watch that back in the day.
Okay.
1999.
Steve,
I don't think I took him serious as like a brilliant actor until Collateral with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And that's where they actually became really close. And then I'm not joking, him and Katie Holmes really are getting married.
Wow.
But, he plays this taxi driver, and he's just kind of this, and he really portrayed this. It was an amazing character.
Yeah.
The film, yeah, sure, whatever, but yeah. And then Baby Driver, Edgar Wright.
Okay.
Any Edgar Wright film, Baby Driver, really.
There you have it.
Yeah.
You're Jamie Foxx. Now, this next person who was born on this day in 1975 was and is a very famous singer from several bands, as a matter of fact, and now he's on some trip on sending people to space.
Dude, yeah, he's got a new TV series coming to TBS that he announced
But
this
can
week.
I say, this song right here, The Adventure, and I say this in all sincerity, how the Lord could sometimes use a quote-unquote secular song to minister. My wife, Melanie, who happens to be in California right now, visiting her family, was going through cancer while this song just came out.
Wow.
And this song kind of was like the anthem for her getting through. And it just so happened I knew Tom DeLonge, his kids went to the school I was the principal of, and he gave me an early copy of this, and I just thought, man,
that's cool.
So let's just take a little bit.
Yeah, let's hear
and
this.
then we'll just talk about why Tom DeLonge sings with an English accent from San Diego.
Here we go. Here he is. What a great song,
dude!
It's a great song.
It's a great album.
Wait, you got to keep going, Dex.
whole thing is good.
This is our station break.
This is our station break.
Yeah. Here it goes.
Like, God was all over this album, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Okay, so when Tom told me about this album, he said, Brian, you're going to like this. And I said, why, Tom? He said, because it's a mix of U2 with Pink Floyd.
Totally, right?
And I said, oh, okay, I get it. And then when I listened to it, I thought, this is great. And then this particular song, The Adventure, particularly the end, you know, where he starts, and he wrote this for his wife, by the way, Stephanie. And it was a song that really became, you know, it became my anthem while Melanie was going through cancer. So Steve O'Dex and all of our listeners, for the second hour, we're going to ask you, what song, both either Christian or secular, really ministered to you in a deep, dark time of your life? So think about that. What song really helped you get through something heavy in your life? So while we're going to this, because we have to go to the ending of this song, because it's the best part.
Dude, I love
Whatever
that,
you
like,
want,
Phoenix, I love that, like, you...
that I know Tom DeLonge.
Well, not that just that you know him, but that this song has such deep meaning.
Yeah, I would never
you
have
can
guessed
talk
that.
about the fact that, like, this...
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
Listen,
man.
here it is. Turn it up, Dex.
Here you go, Ben.
Such a great song.
So good.
Yeah, it's the build, yeah. Yeah, so that little ending, kind of like, you know, your wife's going through cancer and you're going, we got to do this together. So it really was a meaningful song at the time. And the fact that I knew Tom and Steve-O and Dex, you guys pointed this out. He really felt that this was a spiritual song, and he said that. I don't know where Tom stands, you know, in his walk with Christ. His mom, his mother-in-law was a believer or is a believer. And, you know, we would talk and she would say, I don't know where Tom's at, and so on and so forth. But the reality is that when he gave me this, the song and the CD, he said, it's spiritual. It's all in. You're gonna like it. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. So
that's awesome,
so Tom DeLonge, Born on This Day.
So many people are chiming in with their track.
Yeah,
by the way,
but that's second hour.
So,
that's second hour. I mean, second part after the
dude.
station
I
break.
gotta, like, write it all down.
Station break.
Gotta go to break.
Yep,
we gotta go to
station break.
Wait, but we didn't even get to talk about the actual greatest musician
gotta go
born
to
on
break.
this day.
Dick Van Dyke was
He's
born
not
on
done.
this.
He's not done with birthdays, bro.
No, but
We gotta go to break.
We'll go to break.
We gotta go to break.
And then we'll come back.
We
Talk
have
about
to.
the actual greatest musician born on this day.
We have
Is
to.
it Dick Van Dyke? Because he was born on this day too.
No, that's not it.
Mary
either.
Poppins.
That's
We got
not-
more,
no,
guys.
that's
We got
not
more
it.
of 3
We got
degrees.
so much more.
With Brian Nixon,
All
guys.
right.
So please don't touch that dial. We'll be back right after this.
Star 88 thanks the Rain Tunnel Car Spa for becoming a power partner and supporting this hour of programming. The Rain Tunnel Car Spa with 3 and soon 4 Albuquerque locations, providing car washes, detailing, and gasoline. RainTunnelCarspa.com.
How can we stand in sure victory against our spiritual adversary when the devil is so powerful? Pastor Greg Laurie points out our adversary is no match for our Lord. Important insights on spiritual warfare this week on A New Beginning from Pastor Greg's series from all 4 Gospels called God Came Near. Tune in for A New Beginning.
Make an appointment with Greg Laurie weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM.
I have loved you from the start. I have seen your hurting heart. And you feel so lonely, but you keep on hiding. 'Cause you feel so guilty for what you've done. But there's no distance too far that I can't reach you. There's no place that's so dark that I can't find you. Anywhere that you are, if you need proof, take a look at these scars. I know I love you
Jordan Feliz, Never Too Far Gone. It's Star 88, 7:30.
High today of 45 degrees.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
And Brian Nixon.
Yes, we've been doing a lot of 3 degrees, and we told our listening audience before station break to think of a song that really helped you get through a dark or difficult time in your life, and we're going to get to that. But we have a couple of more events that we need to talk about, and these are 2 deaths, so, and we don't want to dwell on the deaths, but both of them are pretty important. On this day in 1466, Donatello, the sculptor, died. And most people know of Donatello as the guy that really influenced Michelangelo. He was the sculptor that did his own version of David that Michelangelo said, this guy's pretty good. And so Michelangelo liked Donatello. And another artist died on this day, Grandma Moses. She was a folk artist. She was an American sensation, but she died on this day in 1961. So 2 artists died. But Steve-O's going to quiz me or something about another artist. So,
you see, you mentioned something that had very deep meaning to you. It was The Adventure by
Angels and Airwaves.
Angels and Airwaves. And because Tom DeLonge was born on this day. But I think quite possibly the greatest pop artist of all time was born on this day. No, not Michael Jackson. No, not Justin Timberlake. However, this angel produced probably the single greatest pop album in the history of the universe when she released 1989. Of course, I am talking about the one, the only, Taylor Swift.
Oh, I love her so much!
Did you know that Taylor Swift was born on this day in 1989?
No.
Stand by!
Are we out of the woods? Get up, we out of the woods. Get up, we out of the woods. Get up, we out of the woods. Are we in the clear? Get up, we in the clear? Get up, we in the clear? Get in the clear, yeah, girl.
Listen, 1989 rivals Thriller is possibly the greatest pop album of all time.
No kidding.
I just, I don't know how else to say it, but it's true. People might think
All
I'm
right.
mocking. I
All
own
right.
it on vinyl, and it's the greatest album.
okay.
Yeah.
Let me say, nothing to dismiss
Oh, don't you
Taylor
dismiss
Swift.
me. This is my heart and soul.
But her melodies aren't that great. I don't get the Taylor Swift phenomenon.
I don't really either.
I really don't.
I can't be your friend.
But
I can't be your friends.
I'm not saying that she hasn't had an impact. She has had an impact, and she may be on some people's list.
Thanks. I just wish you were more cultured. I just wish you knew more things about music and stuff.
Yeah, because now Taylor Swift, I mean, someone who started in a pseudo country and then went to the pop realm. My problem is with Taylor Swift is early on, she really couldn't sing that well, and her melodies were just not strong. I mean, they're really just monotone melodies. However, I realize she is a pop phenomenon.
Who's she married to?
She's not married, bro.
She's not married, huh?
No, she's not married.
So you're saying I have a chance?
Oh,
you do.
You don't. You have a chance to date her for about 3 weeks, and then she's going to write a song about you. That's about all you've got.
So Taylor Swift.
That's a good call.
That's all you got. Born December 13, 1989. She's 29 years old.
Touche.
Wow.
You
She
got
is
me.
not even 30 years old yet.
You got me. Yeah. That's Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Okay, so
People are telling me that Fearless is her best album, period, the end, and I'm saying, yeah, no.
all right.
1989.
Okay, Steve-O, let's do this. So you said people started to chime in with songs that got them through a difficult time in their life. And we said it could either be a Christian, sacred song, or it could be a secular song. So here's the thing. Tell us what song, and give us a little bit of the reason why, how that song, ministered to you in a way.
So many.
Okay, here we go.
So if you missed it earlier, man, you got to go back and listen on demand, because The Adventure by Angels and Airwaves, something that helped you and your wife when she was going through
Cancer.
I want to know more about why. People are chiming in with songs, but not everybody is saying the why behind it. The very first one we got in immediately was Come All You Weary by Thrice, which is a very heavy, it's
a good one.
Yeah, that is a great one. Somebody else said Define the Great Line by Under Oath. Listen to that album a lot while getting over an addiction.
Huh.
Somebody else said, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi really helped me during a hard time in my life dealing with my mom's battle with cancer.
Really? Interesting, yeah. No, these are great. And again, it goes back just to say of how music really hits an emotional chord and could help us in the positive and even in the negative. It's just, it's amazing.
Yep. Somebody said, No Matter What is the song that helped me. Too many times I would make a mistake and think I was cut off from God, and it helped me to realize, like my kids, they mess up and they come running back to me, and I'm there for them, just like God, waiting for me to go running back to him like a little boy running back to his daddy, knowing that he still loves me. Somebody said, When Everything Falls Apart by Fee. Oh, man, remember Steve Fee? Worship God? No? Okay,
no.
Moving on. Okay. My song was My Immortal by Evanescence after my husband committed suicide. That song carried me through.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So.
Wow. Bless your heart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Jeepers. Yeah. See, again, music has that healing power, just to touch and establish and help people through. What are some of the other ones, Steve-O?
Let's see. Last 2.5 years, I've been dealing with fighting cancer, got through it, and during all that downtime, found a lot of new music. Gosh, I can't even say it right now. Ray LaMontagne.
Oh, Ray LaMontagne,
One of my favorites. He has a song called Let It Be Me. The song is now my go-to anthem now that my sister is dealing with stage 4 cancer. Best line in the song is, If there's a friend you need, let it be me. Somebody else said Drive by Incubus. After being beaten by my boyfriend at the time, I came across this song and it inspired me to get up and take control of my own life.
Beautiful.
Good for you for taking control of your life and hopefully getting away from the person.
It's like,
it's good.
Just, Matchbox 20, how far we've come helped me push forward after my separation. My husband hated Matchbox 20 and I could finally listen to them freely.
Wow. But again, it comes back to this thing that music is important in people's lives and how it does strike a chord.
Yeah, no pun intended. The Warmth and Warning, both by Incubus, got me through my mother's death when I was 17 years old.
Wow.
Skillet, Never Surrender, has helped me through my depression. Yeah. And then old Pool Boy has to be funny.
What Pool Boy?
What Pool Boy say?
I mean, maybe he's not. Snoop Dogg, Ain't No Fun. Really helped me learn how to share.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Sorry, I don't even know that song.
Yeah. So.
Fun.
Man. So Dex, Steve-O,
yeah.
We've heard from our listening audience, and thank you, folks, for chiming in. You just chimed in a big time way. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So for you guys, what helped you? And give us a little bit of the circumstance.
I was sitting here through the break, just kind of thinking about it, and there was a bunch of songs that popped in my head, but I think I'm gonna have to go with one that's kind of recent,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just saying this because, we're friends with him, but because I was a super fan before I knew Stephen Christian, Like I was a huge, Stephen knows this. I was a huge Amber Lynn fan.
Yep.
Huge. So getting to work and getting to know him and becoming friends with the lead singer of one of my favorite bands of all time was one of the greatest gifts of my life. No kidding. But the song Impossible by Amber Lynn, oh gosh, man. It was like, it was a few months ago. I was on a run listening to that song and I was just almost crying. And I texted Steven like, thank you for making this song because it spoke to me, man. Like it almost just like everything that I heard in that song was like, for some reason, it was just like, it was just,
okay. You have to pull the song up because here's the thing. While you're pulling it up before Steve-O, unlike Dex, I didn't know Amber Lynn's songs. I wasn't an Uber fan. I just liked Steven. Steven was just a fabulous individual.
Yeah. Still
and
is.
So when you say Impossible, I can't even think of what the song sounds like.
So here's what's crazy. I actually got to hear this song live last night.
Really?
The last 2 days in a row, Steven's butt dialed me, or so I've thought, because I'd answer his phone and be like, hey, man. And I could hear like music in the background. Remember I talked about this on the air 2 days ago? Yesterday,
were they practicing?
I get a phone call and it's Steven and I'm like, hey, and it's this song in the background and I'm going, what? Why is he butt dialed me again during like band rehearsal? And so I listened for a minute and then I hung up and he called me last night and said, hey, what, you can't take my phone calls now that I've moved out of New Mexico? Turns out he's purposely been calling me so that I could hear a little bit of this, because Amber Lynn's got a show tonight, and This album, just like Dex, is my all-time favorite Amberlin album because it's the darkest, hardest time of his life. And it's such a brilliant record.
Yeah.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Listen to this, guys. Gosh, he's got the greatest hair in rock history.
I don't want to listen to this anymore.
Gosh, what a great song. It might be my favorite song of all time.
It is.
I miss you, Steven.
Chrissy chimed in with Dare You to Move by Switchfoot, which was very pivotal in my life as well.
Dare You to Move, that album. Now, let me tell you.
Learning to Breathe?
Learning
The
to Breathe. Okay, so let me tell you. Let me tell you my Switchfoot story.
Okay.
So back in the day, I think Switchfoot was opening for us, in the early 90s. And they had put out their first album, and our guitarist at the time, he had said, hey, these guys are going to be so talented, and they're going to go somewhere. And I thought, I listened to the album, I go, it's pretty cool. But then when we played with them, and they played this song, I think before it came out on this album, and I sat there and I'm going, oh, these guys are going somewhere. Yeah. I mean, they were fabulous. So it was fun. And remind me to tell you, playing with Jeremy Camp before, he became Jeremy Camp as well.
It's really funny that Chrissy chimed in with this song, Dare You to Move by Switchfoot, because she may kill me for this. Whatever. Before I knew Chrissy, and I was just getting my footing as a believer in my 20s, I had the Christian girlfriend. I had the quote Christian life, and I was listening to the Christian music. And this record came out, Learning to Breathe by Switchfoot. And I liked Switchfoot, but Learning to Breathe, it's still hands down my favorite Switchfoot album.
Oh, unquestionably.
Because it was my early 20s and I was trying to discover life and everything. And this album, along with a few other things in life, this record inspired me to do more because I was kind of settling for that like surfacey Christian life of having this Christian girlfriend that I'm not actually super into and having this job that really isn't doing anything, but I was kind of settling for like, but this is okay, and I'm just going to go to church and hang with these friends every day, and this is my life. And this album hit, and I dropped the girlfriend, and I seriously changed my life, and immediately after that, met Chrissy.
Wow.
And met her in August, and married her in October.
Wow,
because
that's
it was
awesome.
Like, this is the person I'm going to spend my life with.
So you Switchfoot to blame.
No, seriously, this album, when she chimed in with that song, I was like, yeah, so pivotal.
Fabulous album. I remember when this album finally did come out.
Switchfoot, it's your fault.
Yeah, Switchfoot. It's a brilliant album. And you know what's funny, guys? I'm watching the video that Dex has on, and it's them on the beach.
Yeah, man.
I saw Switchfoot on a beach in Encinitas. Yeah, they played on a beach.
Yeah, they're from San Diego.
Yeah,
huh?
right. So I was teaching, and they had already became superstars by that time. But their dad's church, which was Calvary Chapel Carlsbad, just up the road from the school I was running at the time. And this album and this group, Steve, I'm even going to one-up you.
Do it.
I think
Please
this
do.
album may be one of the best Christian albums ever released.
Name a better one. That's not even going to one-up me. That's like, name a better one.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, honestly. I mean,
within the Christian industry.
Exactly, right. Within the Christian industry, I don't know. Some people would throw out, what was the other San Diego band? The rap rock group. POD. Some people may throw out.
Maybe Fundamental Elements.
Right. Some people may throw out POD out there. But I think one that's going to hold over time.
This is a generational. Because at the time, some of the songs from this went on to go for A Walk to Remember with Mandy Moore, that was like instrumental and like Christian film, if you will.
Right.
It made Mandy Moore's career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gosh, this song.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. And so, Chrissy, thanks for jumping in on that one, because I would agree with you. This song and this album particularly is a fabulous album, very influential. not only in the Christian world, but in the secular world. This was one of those big crossover, groups.
If you're just joining us, we're talking about influential songs in our lives that have carried us through something, and I can't even begin to tell you. See, this is the power of music.
Right.
The live line, I'm going to try and speed through them, and I don't mean to belittle anything. I want everybody's voice to be heard, so I'm going to kind of speed through these.
Do it, Steve-O.
Jimmy Needham in the middle helped me deal with a miscarriage, reminding me that God is there with us in all times, in every moment. Wow.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, right? Let That Be Enough by Switchfoot. I was in my 20s and experiencing actual confrontation with mortality, and I realized I needed to reconstruct my faith on a foundation of thankfulness.
Awesome.
Wow, this is crazy. My mom just died October 31st. I am so sorry.
Yeah, our hearts go out to you.
Dude, I know. The Afters, Well Done, and Casting Crowns, Only Jesus, 2 songs we play here on Star 88, have absolutely helped this person.
Awesome. That's great. And we're praying for you, and just keep strong.
Yeah. Remember by Disturbed. It helped me when I decided to get closer to God, when I was quitting drinking and many other bad habits. I would listen to that when I struggled, just to remember not to go back to a way that was killing me physically and spiritually. A song by Disturbed.
I know,
that's
right?
awesome. But see,
that's awesome. That's the power of music and art. And
that's exactly right. If the Lord could use a donkey to communicate, the Lord could use musicians to communicate in so many different ways.
Amen. Somebody said Anything by Blue October. Anna in Las Cruces said Heart Like a Wheel by Linda Ronstadt during a really bad breakup. Shoulders for King and Country after my sister passed away. Can You Mend a Broken Heart by Al Green, a song that's carried them through something.
Wow.
Wasteland by 10 Years helped me during depression and low times. Oh, man. It Is Well by Bethel Music, that rendition.
Wow.
They said, my brother, who became an alcoholic because he hit rock bottom, got into a car accident and was declared DOA. And then when they were removing him from the truck, he gasped for air and ended up in ICU. Wow. As his sister, I knew I would be okay, either if he made it or not, because listening to It As Well brought me comfort. I can say today that my brother has recovered and is on his way to full recovery.
Wow. That's
incredible. Man! Victor in Rio Rancho, Hurt by Johnny Cash helped me through my drug addiction.
Good one.
Arms of an Angel by Sarah McLachlan, the song that helped me through a miscarriage. I was hit by a car while riding a bicycle to school and college and spent some time in a coma.
Wow.
I Dare You to Move still brings me to tears.
Wow.
Definitely part of my testimony, because that was at the time, that was the time that brought me back to Christ. Gosh.
The list goes on. Thanks everyone for chiming in.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yep.
The power of
Did
music.
you see yours, Brian?
Well, I mean, I shared
The
Angels and
Adventure.
Airwaves,
That's how
The
we
Adventure.
started this
Well,
conversation.
and there's been so many other ones, but I mean, that's what, the whole thing was The Adventure for Melanie's cancer. That was kind of the song that, and again, I had the connection to Tom DeLonge. He gave me the CD. So there was a broader scope there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what started it.
Man, people chiming in. King's Kaleidoscope, 23 by Jimmy Eat World. That Future's right. That whole album. So many songs coming in. I've got one, and I'm like,
Say it, Steve-O.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Is like I wrote it down like 20 minutes ago, and even just writing it down brought tears to my eyes. And I was like, I don't even know if I want to talk about it.
bro.
It's like,
lay it on.
it's really dumb.
No,
to some, I'm sure.
No.
When I was a little kid, we had a Wurlitzer jukebox in my living room.
Right.
And so I remember being a little kid, and it was always like 50s and 60s music.
Right.
And it was like, I mean, we had At the Hop was A1. I'll always remember that, At the Hop. And then it was like, of course, we had Elvis in there. Of course, we had some Motown in there, but mostly it was like doo-wop-y kind of songs, right? And so anytime I hear songs like that, like what is that song? 4 o'clock, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock. Why can't I think
Bill
about
Haley and the
Bill
Comets.
Haley and the Comets? It was all these old things. And then the very last one in the corner, my dad spiked in a little,
45 record.
45, and one side was The Rainbow Connection by the Muppets.
Right.
And the other side was Moving Right Along, also by the Muppets, from the Muppet movie, because he wanted us to have like our one song. And so it was seriously like all these 50s stuff, and then boom, The Rainbow Connection. And so as a kid, like I We would listen to that on the Wurlitzer jukebox with my dad.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so,
which one? Both of them?
The Rainbow Connection, which is really crazy because it's a stupid Muppet song, and it's dude, don't. And
we have to, man. I've got to hear some.
And so, so anytime that comes on, like, and I'm not even joking, the Kermit the Frog version. I had to take my headphones off.
Yeah, Steve-O can't hear it because he's crying right now, but he will bawl.
Dude, I weep because I'm reminded that. I don't know if I can. I'm just reminded that, like, though I miss him here, I know that I'm going to see him again.
Right.
And it's that weird connection to my dad.
Yep. That's what music does.
Sorry,
Steve, you are nailing some of the profound nature of music because it does remind us. It has a way to bring us back to a certain era. Yeah. It has a way to emotionally connect us to people and events. And so music, it does that. And that's why so many people chimed in this morning because music
well, everybody was
does
being
that.
so raw and real, and it was like, it can't not be real.
No, dude, I could, from my childhood, I remember the first 45 I owned. Oh, I remember the first, and because it was all music. So my first 45, speaking of 45, I wish it was cool as the Muppets, was Elvis Presley, Hound Dog on one side,
dude,
and Don't Be Cruel.
We had that in the Wurlitzer, which my brother still owns. We still have the Wurlitzer.
I still
jukebox.
have my 45 from that. So Don't Be Cruel is one of my early childhood favorites, and to connect it with you because my parents got a divorce.
Yeah.
I still think of Don't Be Cruel, and I connect it to my dad because my dad had this beautiful voice. He was an opera singer. He went to New York to, try to make it in the opera world and so on and so forth. So there is that. And then a little bit later on, I got a Beach Boys album.
Yeah.
And the Beach Boys kind of has a different resonance. And then Paul McCartney. I got Paul McCartney from like my 7th birthday. And so it's one of those things that music really sets the tone for our life.
Yeah, man.
And so, and I firmly believe, like so many people chimed in this morning, the Lord will use these incidences, both secular or sacred, quote unquote, in both of those, music to minister or to use it in our lives. Yeah. And so thank God for music and thank God for
the power
for this.
of it.
Exactly.
Like, it truly, that's why I love it. Man, this is my favorite hour every week because I love talking about art, especially because it's so subjective. And I think sometimes we kind of try and put it in a box and say, well, this is acceptable. This is not.
Yep.
And if I just came out and told somebody that, like, probably the most important song in my universe is Rainbow Connection by the Muppets, people would laugh.
Yeah.
But then you hear a story behind it and you have an understanding of what it is. And I'm not kidding. Like that, I can't listen to it unless I'm in a,
it definitely conjures up images and emotions and feelings that you had for your father. And it's profound. It's beautiful. And some of the silliest songs, could do that.
Like my girl Beck out in Houston, she said that's what Enya does for me with my mom. I used to cry endlessly in my car because I would put Enya on Pandora.
Wow.
And to others, it could be corny, but to her, it's sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Orinoco Flow.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. There was a song by Killswitch Engage called Always.
Oh, God, I know it. I love that song. Good song, man.
Yeah, that song came out when my teenager ran away from home and got hooked on meth.
Oh, so sorry.
Gosh darn. Man.
That helped me out a lot.
No, I get it. There's a few songs like what is it? The Tribute to the Fallen is another good one from them. Oh, gosh, so many.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
That one was really good.
There you go.
Thanks, brother.
Dude, thanks for sharing.
That's great. Again, another testament of how music has been used in people's lives for healing purposes and helping them.
Dude, Samantha says, The Hurt and the Healer by Mercy Me. 6 years ago, my dad died from a heroin overdose. Drove to his funeral blasting that song on repeat. Horrible times. And that song got me through it. So it's incredible, man.
It really is incredible.
The power of music.
Yep.
It really is. Yeah, and I think what it shows is that music, though it can be used in dark and devious ways as well, is a gift from God that, people have been used. And Steve-O, you pointed out, as a gift from God, music in its nascent beginning stages is a marvelous, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And it's a reflection, I think, of the metaphysical truth of who God is, not just, an A chord or a B chord or something of that nature, but it points us to something beyond ourselves.
Yeah.
And so, that's why music, I think, really does mean a lot to so many people.
I love how music can pump you up,
Yeah,
if you're
totally.
working out, it can inspire you to push harder, It's crazy.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's a whole nother radio time. Like, what songs do you go to just get you stoked and pumped up?
Yeah.
Oh man, that people would start chiming in for that all on different levels.
Well, it's incredible because we talk about, and those are like the happy and the sad, but there's so many other things. The inspirational, like the adventure. For me, that whole Angels and Airwaves album was one of those like anthem-y albums that made you just want to go conquer the world.
Right.
Like it was, you could do anything.
Right.
And so it's just phenomenal, the power of music, especially on the brain, because and there are songs that can change throughout time, because there were certain songs that I couldn't listen to at a season because it meant something at the time that God has somehow redeemed, and it has a different connotation for me or different meaning for me, and so I love those connections as well. Oh man,
yeah, it's good, and thank you so much for everyone who chimed in today, because it really was one of those days where it was good to hear from people.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
Really
and the stories, and our heart just goes out to so many of these people, who tragically lost loved ones and family members. But here's the thing. The Lord knows. He loves you. The Lord loves all of those people more than you do. And his ways are not our ways. And he has a way to heal and mend and bring things together for good to those who love him. So we just entrust it always into the Lord.
Amen, dude.
Good word, man.
Yep, that's it.
All right.
Cool.
Brian Nixon, everybody.
You guys rock.
No,
Thanks
you
for
do.
the hour.
You do, sir. Thank you, Stormy, for chiming in. All right, we got to take another quick break. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang out with us.
Supakeet is 10 years old. Like hundreds of thousands of children like him, his family is part of a minority group that is oppressed in his home country of Myanmar. That's why they fled their country to become refugees in Thailand. His life is a life of hardship and danger. The refugee camps are full of abuse and exploitation. And if his parents can even find work, they only earn enough to barely survive. Compassion has opened 13 child development centers through local churches along the Thai-Myanmar border. These centers are an oasis of hope, where children and their families are given the basic necessities like food and shelter, legal help, and the education and training they need to be released from their poverty. Join Star 88 in Compassion and sponsor a child in Thailand on the border with Myanmar now. Just call 855-293-2323 or click on the Compassion banner at star88.fm.
The Bible is essentially a journal of human failure. Skip Heights success, it's best summed up in Romans 3:23.
All have sinned, not some, not a few, all have sinned. That is our problem. Our problem is failure, or as the Bible calls it, sin.
Hotspot. But God gives us hope and freedom from sin.
Our failure meets God's forgiveness, and that's where the solution is. Our penchant for sin meets his pardon for sin.
Access Skip's full teaching library at connectwithskip.com.
We've blown it over and over and over again in all of our history, but you are God. You are God. And as God, he is so much bigger than your failure.
Now, Skip lights it up with this.
This prayer shows us that you can have a bright future in spite of a dark failure. God meets our failures with his forgiveness and his faithfulness.
Hotspot.
On the air and in your face.
But lovingly so.
This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
Lincoln Brewster, there's Power. It's on Star 88. Good morning, Stormy. 8:03.
What? High today, 45 degrees.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88.
Yep, that's us. Guys, it's almost Christmas. Almost Christmas, guys. Welcome to it. Merry Christmas. If you guys want to hang out with us, we're live on YouTube at Star 88 FM. Also hanging out on Twitch.tv. If you'd like to call in, 505-338-3700. What's the live line to text in?
505-585-LIVE. It's 505-585-5483. Thanks for that last conversation. It's been really good for my sinuses.
Yeah.
Like, just got it all out, guys. We're good. Gosh.
Yeah, it's kind of like neti potting it, you know?
Dude. Can I just tell you, I'm terrible at all those things, and the inventor of those things is of Satan.
Yeah, what?
Gosh. I've been sick for weeks, and I've been dealing with, like, all this crud, and Chrissy got these, like, aerosol cans of water, basically, and you jam it up your nose and just,
wow.
And it just, like, it's like the neti pot on crack, and I'm not good with it. No. I'm not good with, like, just hanging out over a sink, like, yeah, dude, I'm just going to run water through my nostrils.
Yeah, I tried that last time I was sick, and it worked, except my nose just filled back up with mucus in like 10 minutes.
Dude, growing up, I was on the swim team, Fort Hills Gators. Yeah. And there were a couple times where as this 8-year-old trying to, like, tread water in a new sport, I almost died. And so I hate the sensation of, like...
Oh, me too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, more than anything.
Yeah, because if it gets, like, I have to, the way I do it, if water leaks to the back of my throat, I start drowning, you know, kind of thing. So if I kind of tilt my head over the sink and do it somehow, it works, but I just don't get the whole neti pot thing, you know?
It makes me crazy. So, yeah.
I don't get
Apparently, all you actually need is just to have really deep, meaningful conversations with all of your closest friends so that you can cry all the mucus out.
Beautiful. That's, you know, I guess
Well,
that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, I don't know. Do you want some Christmas stuff, or do you want to talk about California and taxes and stuff? What do you want? You get to decide. Or we could do a teacher's in trouble again. We could do another one of those.
Oh, man. See, all this sounds terrible. I also have Lauren Daigle on blast, the new Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees this year.
Oh, you did want to talk
about Netflix's
that.
Marvel announcement that's going to make everybody hate Netflix.
Well, you pick one then. I don't care.
What were yours again?
Teacher in trouble. I got a bunch of Christmas stuff, or California talking about
California.
You want to do that
Taxing text messages, right? Is that what you were saying? Yes. I want to talk about that. People chimed in earlier about that one. I want to hear this.
Now, they're considering this. They haven't put this into effect yet, but the California's Public Utilities Commission is considering a plan that would charge mobile phone users a fee for sending text messages.
Oh, my gosh.
That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
The proposal is partially due to landline era legislation, coupled with the fact the people are shifting patterns away from voice calls in favor of texting. So California is determining whether surcharges and user fees on text messaging comply with public purpose programs, which use tax revenue to make telecommunication services accessible to low-income residents. So, I mean, look at California. They're kind of in a bad spot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're looking for ways to, dig themselves out of a hole. But you think about, like, okay, taxing somebody for text messages? That's, think about how much we text now, you know?
Well, that's why earlier we were talking about vitamin water. They're doing a contest and offering one lucky person $100,000 if they can go a year without their smartphone, or without using anybody else's smartphone, or without an iPad or anybody else's iPad. And the first thing I thought of was like, wait, because they give you this 1996 cell phone that you can't even text on it. Yeah. And I'm thinking, more than any of the other technology, Could I go a year without texting anyone?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I get out of phone calls all the time.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. I'll text you.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the problem. Because of, let's say, Facebook's Messenger app or the WhatsApp or Apple's iMessage. Think about this. That doesn't comply. So if people were getting taxed for text messages, they would just start using all
like
the other
Line app.
Yeah, I think most people
we use a Line.
Most people use like iMessage or WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Like I guess WhatsApp is like one of the most popular apps.
What is it?
It's called WhatsApp, and it's basically
WhatsApp with you.
I know. See? WhatsApp. And it's just a text messaging app is all it is. And it's usually, I think, kids use it that maybe don't have phones or they have iPads and stuff.
Yeah, go see if that's on my kid's iPad.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So you would not be charged under the proposed legislation if you used any of those. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Taxing people for text messages. I don't know, man. California, it's a beautiful spot, man. I hope to live there someday, and I hope more people move out. That's my goal.
I'm not going with you.
Hey, you're going to California, bro.
I probably will.
Or, technology, you could stay wherever you want. I could be in California.
See, Brandy out in California says this is stupid. Taxes in California are already outrageous.
Exactly, right?
So,
Good morning.
Hey, I just wanted to chime in and say that I think this is actually a really great idea. I've been trying to figure out a way to get rid of California for a long time, and I think this is going to do it.
Love it. Good call. Thank you.
But I love Disneyland. There's reasons to be in California.
Right? Yeah.
I got some really good friends that live there, man.
It says a lot of people were commenting on the article. It says New Jersey raised $1.4 billion in phone taxes, supposedly to pay for upgrading 911 service. In 13 years, only $120 million was spent on the 911 service, and the rest was frittered away in the general budget. Good luck, California. So I guess some other states have already been doing this.
Man.
All right.
No new taxes, guys.
No, yeah, look at France. You want to start taxing us some more? But have you seen like what they charge in France for like a gallon of gas?
No,
it's
you said that and I was like, yeah, look at France.
$8 a gallon.
What?
No, I'm like, no joke. The rest of the world and other countries, you think our gas prices are high? We're talking like $10 a gallon in some countries.
That's crazy.
Yeah, $8 a gallon. You know why? A lot of like artists over across the pond in England and those areas, they record their music over here in America because they get taxed like 98% tax on any of their income they make.
To be fair, right now in Paris, it's only $5.54.
Oh, my bad. No.
So,
well, they've dropped it, I think, since then.
That's crazy.
I think it was at $8.
That's still more than double what gas is right now in America.
Yeah, gas is actually pretty good.
I got gas this week and it was like $2.
Really? I got it was 2 cents a gallon. No? Anyone?
It is exponentially higher.
Cost me 20 cents to fill up my car. It was amazing.
Okay. Yeah, it was still less than $20 for me to fill up my Mazda.
Wow, man.
Like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Almost $6 in Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, almost $6 in the UK. Same with Frankfurt, Germany.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So you think we got it bad here? We don't.
Yeah.
Why do you think everybody wants to come here?
Now, I will say filling up your gas in France is a little different than in America because out there, their octane level's like 98.
Really?
Yeah. 95 or 98. Ours is like, what, 87?
Okay.
So, I mean, that's probably better for your car.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. By the way, in Norway right now, it's $7.82 a gallon.
See? Yeah, but they also have like free healthcare and like free education, free housing.
Let's move to Norway.
Yeah, that's seriously.
No!
Norway sounds beautiful. It's really cold though, guys.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Lillehammer, Norway is one of my favorite spots.
Lillehammer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move to Venezuela. Caracas.
What's the cheapest gas in the world?
Venezuela.
Okay, Venezuela.
Take a wild guess. Don't you look over here. Wow, this is current gas prices, at least according to CNN Money. So Bill just tuned out.
Well, I want to, man, I hope it's under $2, but.
Yeah. Also, this came out in March 2005.
Oh. I'm going to say $1.98.
Nope. Lower.
Lower?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. $1.25?
Lower.
Wow. 55 cents.
Lower.
20 cents.
12.
12 cents?
12 cents.
In Venezuela?
Where are you going to drive?
In 2005?
Where are you going to drive?
Okay. Where are you going to drive?
Like, seriously. You're in Venezuela.
Okay.
You going to be okay?
What other countries? What are we talking here?
They were like low?
Yeah.
You want to know like low gas prices?
Yeah, where are we on the list? Are we one of the cheapest?
Yeah, well, because ours is like $2. So basically it goes up like Puerto Rico, Russia, Panama, like these are all already above us.
Wow.
We're in the very lower bracket. Yeah.
Good job, America.
By the way, somebody
thanks,
said
Trump.
high octane does not mean it's better for your car, by the way. It's totes better. It's a higher number.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I blame Obama.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there you go, guys. California.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason. It's just going to go away one of these days. I hope not. I love it there.
Okay.
I really do.
Starmy, you decide the rest of our show. Do you want to talk about Netflix, Lauren Daigle, the Rock Hall of Fame?
What do you guys want?
What do you got?
What do you want?
No, you, bro.
Oh, I got Christmas. I got a bunch of Christmas stuff. I got regrets. You know, I got an Uber story. I got a teacher who's in trouble. So what do you guys want?
I got a local story about the old Walmarts here in Albuquerque that's going to blow your mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Unbelievable Albuquerque story, man. Actually, totally believable Albuquerque story.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. We got a lot to get to. Chime in, YouTube or twitch.tv at star 88FM. Text in, let us know what you guys want. We'll be right back.
I'm Daniel, and it's time to get in the tech now. Christmas is coming and New Year's is almost here. If you're lucky, you're going to have some much needed time off work, time to rest and relax and spend time with your family and friends. And chances are you're going to give and receive some pretty cool gifts this year. But in all the commercialism of the holiday, what's the point? I mean, it's nice to get things, and yeah, it's better to give than receive, but really, couldn't we put this time of year to a better use? If we cut back on the commercialism and invested into the kingdom, and we gave to organizations like Faith Comes by Hearing or Compassion International and the YouVersion Bible app, all organizations leveraging technology to reach the unreached with the gospel. You know, God's gift to us was His Son. So why not pay that gift forward by using this gift-giving season to give the gifts of God's Son to people who don't know Him? I'm Daniel. Now you're in the Techno on Star 88.
Tony Evans. This is a Star 88 Supernova.
The Lord says in 1 Corinthians 11:3, every man is under Christ. It says Christ is under God. Every man is under Christ. A woman is under a man. And children are under parents. There's an order. You break the order, you jack up the covenant. Once you mess with that order and start flipping and tweaking and doing all that stuff, the covenant disintegrates in its effectiveness. There was a chain of command. Thirdly, there were rules, governing guidelines, things that you were responsible for. Here are the 2 rules. These are the only 2 rules. You get these 2 rules, you get every other rule falls under these 2 rules. Love and respect. It says a man is supposed to love, it says a woman is supposed to hold in high esteem, respect. He's supposed to massage her heart, she's supposed to massage his head.
That was Pastor Tony Evans on a Star 88 Supernova.
Wish I could talk to the younger me, caught up in all his insecurities, afraid to walk on the raging seas. Step on out, step on in. I could say to the younger me, it's okay not to be okay. We are long for an easier way. Beauty grows in the strangest places. Don't be afraid to stand and face it. It's not who we get, where we're going that counts. It's how we live the journey. Maybe you know how it feels to be caught in a story that you want to leave, wondering when the struggle ends. My Father finishes what he begins. It's okay not to be okay. We are long for an easier way. Beauty grows in the strangest places. Don't be afraid to stand and face it. It's not who we get, where we're going that counts. It's how we live the journey. Go out and live the journey. Go on and sail across the widest of oceans and find there's hope when the strong winds are blowing. 'Cause you'll never be alone. He'll be with you all along. He wants you to live with a heart that's wide open, so you can dance like there's nobody watching. 'Cause you'll never live it all if you never risk the fall. It's okay if you're not okay. 'Cause beauty grows when you stand and face it. So don't be afraid. It's okay not to be okay. We are long for an easier way. Beauty grows in the strangest places. Don't be afraid to stand and face it. It's not who we get, where we're going that counts. It's how we live the journey. It's how we live the journey. Go out and live the journey. Go out and live the journey. Journey, journey, journey. We live the journey, journey, journey.
You gonna live that journey, dude?
Heck yeah, bro.
You gonna go out and live that journey?
Obviously.
All right, good.
Totes. Duh.
Star 88, good morning, 821.
High today of 45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
Well, we've kind of thrown an out to you guys. You decide what we do. You know, we have lots of stuff planned for you guys. But you know, we only have a limited amount of time to squeeze it all in. We got Shock Therapy Live coming up at 9. So, what are they saying? What do they want from us?
Gosh, so many. Let's see. Netflix.
Okay,
Netflix.
Wow.
Netflix, Uber Story, and ABQ Walmart. Get on it. Uber Story and Walmart Story. Netflix.
Wow.
Uber Story. Plus Ultra Media said Netflix.
Jeez. People love them some Netflix.
I guess so.
Okay, well, let's do
It's
Netflix.
like Netflix, Uber Story, Walmart.
Okay.
We'll do it all.
Let's do it.
Well,
You know I love me some Netflix.
I know you love you some Netflix, but are you going to still love you some Netflix after I tell you the story?
Oh, no. Don't you do it.
Do you want me to start with the good or the bad?
Oh,
Let's start with the good. The
No,
good is
I like
this.
going with the bad first.
Netflix just announced The Punisher hitting in January.
We do not recommend that for...
No. Second season coming to Netflix in January, and it's like, word, here we go. Marvel Netflix, you still homies. We love everything about this. Oh, wait, I got some bad news. The initial deal between Marvel and Netflix for their first 4 shows, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, included a hidden clause that most people did not know about that's coming to light. Let's say, for instance, you loved you some Daredevil to a point where you're like, this is the best show. Charlie Cox is Daredevil, and I loves that man.
Okay.
Then Netflix says, you know what? Canceled. And we're like, that's okay, because Disney's got that new streaming service, Disney Plus. So maybe they're pulling all the plugs on everything because Disney's going to take over that. And we'll get some more Daredevil, some Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist over on that platform. I have really, really bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah. According to the contract that Marvel and Netflix had together, there's a clause that states these characters, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and any other part of those shows are not allowed to appear in any non-Netflix show or movie for a full 2 years after the shows are canceled. No! Yeah. This means, like a week ago when Daredevil was canceled, that began the timer.
Oh, wow.
So literally 2 years from a couple weeks ago, none Daredevil allowed. No Iron Fist, no Luke Cage. And here's what's worse, if you're a fan of Jessica Jones, there is a third season coming out next year in 2019.
Yeah.
So her countdown clock doesn't begin until they officially cancel Jessica Jones at Netflix. So that won't be until like 2021.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So, for anybody holding their breath, thinking that maybe, just maybe, they'll still get Charlie Cox, Finn Jones, or Michael Coulter, that being Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage, respectively. Yeah, probably never going to see those characters again in that iteration.
Well,
now here's an interesting thing: the Punisher, not within those contractual confines.
Really?
Because it was just their first 4 shows: Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. So it's unclear if that show's under the same restrictions because it's not explicitly stated in the contract. But where did the Punisher originate?
Where did it originate?
Mm-hmm. Daredevil season 2.
Season 2, yeah. Oh, yes. True.
So
probably does fall.
Probably falls under that same contractual obligation.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Netflix.
So yeah, sorry, Marvel fans. Netflix is the worst. They probably seriously just went nail in the coffin. You guys are done. Probably never going to see those characters again.
Ugh.
That really bums me out, dude.
Right? At least they could have gave us some closure at the end of some of those, you know? Because they knew that in advance. They knew that. So why didn't they give us closure? Why did they leave us hanging? Okay. Well,
TJ's like, yeah, but Disney can just buy Netflix if they want. That might be true.
But why would Netflix sell it when they're making billions?
Yeah, and Jarrett says, I'm pretty sure Disney could just throw a big pile of money at Netflix to make that clause in the contract go away. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know, though, man. It all feels very spiteful right now between the two of them. You know what I mean? Like, there were talks, like season 4 of Daredevil was pushing forward. They have scripts already, and everybody was excited for where they were taking the show, and then so.
Yeah, I wish they could work it out.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, we're blaming Netflix, but what if it was that they were talking behind the scenes and going, well, you know what, guys? We love you. We wouldn't have these shows off the ground if not for Netflix, so we're going to allow you to continue. And then Disney's like, psych, we're doing our own streaming service.
I'm going to have to drop
You know what I mean?
I'm going to have to drop a streaming service.
So then Netflix is like, oh, yeah? Well, you can't take your friends with you. Man, this is a really gnarly divorce, and I don't like it.
Yep. And guess who pays the price?
The kids.
The kids.
Always the kids. We, the kids, are paying the price. Because mom, Netflix, and dad, Marvel. Maybe I got those backwards. Is dad Netflix and mom Marvel? What do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
I just want to be happy.
I know you do. I know you do.
Yep. People are chiming in with like spoilery things that I can't repeat. But yes, I also wanted to see what happened after the last season of Iron Fist as well, because it was awesome. Gosh, I'm so mad at you, Netflix.
Yeah, I don't care about Iron Fist.
But did you watch the second season?
Yeah, I did.
It was far superior.
Nah, I wasn't into it. I did like the ending though. Like
that's what I'm saying.
But that just didn't
got you amped for like a season 3.
That and Luke Cage, I don't care.
Yeah, but what's a bummer is they're like, yeah, we're not doing these shows, but we're gonna do season 3 of Jessica Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Jessica Jones too. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, the only one I care about really is Daredevil.
Yeah, and he's gone.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Norma Jean.
Well, maybe Disney will. They'll kickstart their own new series. I'm
Right.
okay with that. I'm okay with that.
That doesn't include those characters.
It doesn't matter. That there's some great actors out there. Start over. Happens all the time.
That's what they're doing with their Disney
Change
Plus
is okay.
service.
Embrace change, guys.
Somebody said, but maybe they canceled for Disney's timeline because Disney already has 2020 plans for those characters.
Maybe.
That sounds like an amicable divorce, and I don't think that's it.
If I would appreciate if you wouldn't say the D word. Okay.
My bad, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Although maybe no.
See,
Nope.
you can't say it.
Can't. Not funny. Not funny.
Yeah, is that it for Netflix?
That's it for Netflix.
All right. What was next on
my
the
whole
list to
story?
do? What was the next?
Walmart and Uber story. So
Walmart?
which one? Walmart or Uber story?
Yeah, go Walmart.
Walmart. Oh, not only are we just hitting it with Walmart, we're also hitting that local aspect. So, boom, local angle, here you go.
No.
Albuquerque authorities are currently asking for your help, Albuquerqueans, in identifying a dude.
Gosh.
I'm like dumbfounded by this. Maybe I'm not. You know the Walmart over off like Chico and Eubank?
Yes.
Yeah. The one you
I used to live next to that.
yeah.
In that
And
gated
now
community.
will you go there?
Wait, what? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty ghetto.
I grew up in dude. I grew up in that area of the hood, if you will.
Yeah, I
and
lived in Town Park, that gated community right there, and it was like the war zone around this gated community.
No, sadly, it really is.
Yeah.
And so I guess I shouldn't say it's like super shocking. However, on November 24th, a dude walked into the Walmart on Eubank and Chico with a Walmart vest.
Okay.
He walked in sporting that Walmart vest.
Did he have the flare?
He did.
Oh my gosh, he had the flare.
This is the photo of the dude.
He looks like a Walmart employee.
He then walked straight back into an associate-only area where he grabbed a 6-wheeler cart, loaded up 2 televisions, and 2 piñatas.
2 piñatas?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
What?
2, like 60-inch flat-screen TVs, 2 piñatas, and then just rolled that cart right out of the store.
What? Wait, 2 piñatas? Why would he grab, like, was he thinking?
Because his cousins are having a birthday party, bro. Actually, it's probably a quinceañera. You know.
Oh.
You know. Or maybe it was like, I don't want this to look suspicious, so I'm grabbing other random items.
Yeah, I'll grab 2 piñatas to put on top of it.
2 televisions, 2 piñatas.
Oh my gosh.
Loaded it onto a cart and just strolled out of the store.
Merry Christmas, everybody. So nobody tackled him, nothing, because you're not allowed to do that at Walmart?
No, nobody.
Oh, well, yeah, if people thought he just worked
Is it
there.
because the store's
gonna load
just
it
so
up.
big that there's so many employees you just don't know each other? Is it really that big?
I used to do a bit where I would call Walmarts and quit. It was the funniest thing ever. I used to call like Walmarts and I'd be like, I can't work here anymore. Janice over in the sporting goods, I can't work with her anymore, and I quit. And the lady there at Walmart would be like, I'm so sorry. Is there anything we can do? Like they didn't know who I was. But they would totally try to talk me out of not quitting. I think you're right. I think there's a lot of people that work at Walmart and you just don't really know everybody.
Yeah. So this dude just saunters on in with his little Walmart vest, which I'm wondering where he got that.
Now, again, what I heard, this is what I heard, is that you can actually like buy the exact same Walmart vest at Walmart. Like they sell them.
Okay.
So like I heard it from a Walmart employee in the
so
comments.
ridiculous.
Like they sell them.
When I worked at the old Bucks, like, dude, you had to turn in your apron or, I mean, yeah.
Yeah?
Lots of money. And if you were ever caught with an apron and trying to sell it on like eBay or somewhere, sued. Like lawyers, crazy.
What?
Same with
What-
our Apple
what's
gear.
so great about the,
like the Apple t-shirts with like the official, because they don't want anybody impersonating their brand, maybe? Yeah. I'm not being funny. Like for real. It was a big deal.
Well, it's kind
and
of
Walmart's like, hey, y'all.
Click on that one real quick. See if I know this guy. Looks just like a guy now.
You can submit information anonymously at p3tips.com, or anyone with information on the suspect's identity is asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 505-843-7867. But yeah.
Is that Bill Peterson?
Okay,
no, come on.
Dude just walked on in and strolled on out, and the greeter's like, have a nice day. Hey, Roger, yeah, I'm just going to take these out to a customer's car. All right.
I
I'll
get it.
see you never.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it happens all the time, too. A lot of places you can just go in, fill up your shopping cart, and walk out without anybody even stopping you at a lot of spots.
Yeah.
Smith's, I know they don't stop you. But I guess if there's a security guard, a lot of those places have security guards now that stand at the door. But, yeah. All right, well.
Somebody's like, what? I just got, stopped for my 4-foot Christmas tree. Check out my receipt.
Well, yeah, you didn't have a Walmart vest on. Yeah. You didn't
Walmart
look like an
vest.
employee.
By the way, people are chiming in like, dude, you could seriously get those on eBay right now. That's
man.
ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Walmart vests. Unbelievable to me.
Okay.
I guess also it's a holiday season, so maybe it's that time of year where they have the temporary holiday seasonal employees. Maybe they thought that, but
yeah,
that's
might have been
still
somebody
just crazy.
new there, just started the job.
See something, say something.
Yeah, exactly right.
Jay Marie says, I know somebody who walks out of Walmart Rio Rancho with stuff all the time. Don't know how she never gets caught. Bugs me. Dude, report. See something, say something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's called theft, dog.
Rat her out.
That's not okay.
Be a snitch.
Somebody says, I used to do service work for Walmart. Hated checking in through customer service because it took forever. Just stroll in, walk to the back. Nobody ever questioned me about not having a badge or anything. See, Mark and Tempe, I missed my Starbucks apron. Turning that in, sad day, bro. Sad day. You really do, man. They care about their image, their brand.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break, guys. When we come back, an Uber story. It's not mine. This isn't one of my stories, but that crazy story.
Well done, people. You guys totally producing our show today. I love it.
That's right. Let us know what you guys want. We got Christmas. We got Shock Therapy Live coming up at 9. So
I got to share the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We got that on the way. All right, hang on. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. We'll be right back.
Ken Costa challenges you to live each day with purpose in this Star 88 PowerPoint.
What is it that when we bring to the table to our society, no one else can bring when it comes to fixing the character of our time? It's summed up for me in that powerful and simple and tweetable verse of Paul to Timothy, 2 Timothy 2 verse 8. Remember, Jesus Christ, raised from the dead, descended from David. This is my gospel. No more, no less. This is the gospel of the living Jesus Christ. 40 years ago when I first came to faith, until now, this has gripped me all my life. The fact that trust in Jesus Christ changes everything.
That's a PowerPoint with Ken Costa on Star 88.
Beneath every doubt, there's redemption. Beyond what we see, He's at work. Before we believe, He hurts when we're hurting. He works in mysterious ways. Above all the chaos, there's order. After the fire, He restores. At the end of the pain, His promise remains. He works in mysterious ways.
6 hikes reverse. It is Star 88, 839.
High today of 45 degrees.
What's going on in the news today?
The president's former attorney is heading to prison. Michael Cohen sentenced to 36 months.
British Prime Minister Theresa May survived a vote of no confidence.
We now need to get on with the job of delivering Brexit for the British people.
Global manhunt after the deadly terror attack near a Christmas market. The scene in Strasbourg, France. As the shooting unfolded, the gunman was apparently shot too and then jumped into a taxi.
The opioid fentanyl has surpassed heroin as the deadliest drug in America for the first time ever.
The publisher of the National Enquirer flipping, helping prosecutors, and admitting to paying hush money to help Donald Trump win. Prosecutors say they knew they were breaking the law and admit they did it anyway.
The Library of Congress is adding 25 films to be preserved by the National Film Registry. Some of this year's new additions include The Shining, Jurassic Park, Brokeback Mountain.
A tank at a German candy factory overflows, covering a road in chocolate.
An army of firefighters shovel the sweet solidified mess away.
Oh. Good morning. Stormy, Shock Therapy Live at 9. That means if you guys have some questions, then you need to get them in now. Maybe you're dealing with something in your life, struggling with something. That's why we do Shock Therapy Live with Nate Heidsick. Janae Heidsick usually chimes in as well. So get your questions in. You can text them in. You can also email them, studio@star88.fm. All right. For the break, we threw it out to you guys. Hey, produce the rest of the show. This is what we got. You guys wanted some Netflix, so we did it. You guys wanted some Uber. That's coming up. But you also wanted to hear about what, Steve-O?
Uber?
No, I thought we had something else. Wasn't there something else?
Hall of Fame?
Oh, yeah, Hall of Fame. Oh, maybe it was Uber and then Hall of Fame, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Okay. As you know, I'm an Uber driver. I'm an Uber and Lyft driver. Can relate to the story so well.
You can, guys.
Not at all, actually.
Oh.
I
don't know anything
super
about
confused. Super confused about the story. I don't know. Okay, let me just tell you the story.
Okay.
All right. 28-year-old guy. He decided to take an Uber. This happened in St. Louis.
Okay.
3:30 a.m. on a Sunday, okay? Middle of the night.
Or morning.
Or morning, sure. Well, he got into his Uber, and the Uber driver, pulled out a knife.
Wait. The driver?
The Uber driver pulled out a knife and demanded cash. What? Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, so far it's lining up because that's why you do it, because you're strapped.
Well, I mean,
bro.
I need the cash.
You're hard
for
up.
sure. I mean, yeah, but
maybe you got to a place like you where it's like tired of people not tipping. Tipping is not just a city in China, people.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I guess the guy and the driver didn't speak the same language, so the driver used an app on his phone to translate his demands.
This is the weirdest story you've ever heard.
He used the translator app. Like, they couldn't communicate, so he downloaded the translator app so that way he could communicate, hey, give me all your cash.
Gosh, I want a webcam or something.
I don't know if this
like
is
a dash
good
cam
for my
of this
business.
footage.
I don't know if this is good for my business.
No, it's really bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's really bad.
Maybe I shouldn't have shared this. Because it would make sense that the Uber driver, like, picks somebody up, he gets in the car, and then the passenger demands the cash, right?
Right. And you're like, dude, you pay through an app. I don't have any cash.
Right. Well, the passenger gave up his wallet, and the Uber driver took off. And they're trying to track him down. Let's see if there's a photo of this guy.
I'm sorry. Wait. They're trying to track him down?
Yeah, man.
He picked a dude up from an app that's got, like, your exact location.
Yeah.
Also, your name, your physical address.
Yeah. Like, everything about your car.
To be an Uber driver, it's like you have to send them your registration, your insurance, your home address, like everything.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Now, people, this happens sometimes where people will lie about their vehicle information, and so
Yeah,
there's
maybe.
that.
Yeah.
People could steal someone's identity easy. Because the thing is, when you sign up for Uber or Lyft, you don't ever have a face-to-face interview. It's like pretty much all through the app and making sure your car, you have to go get it all checked out, and yeah, you gotta have insurance and everything. So that's why it's kind of confusing. This Uber driver is the one who pulled the knife out and demanded. I guess this is the picture of him right here. He looks just like the guy from Walmart.
No, he doesn't.
Exactly like the guy.
Is that DJ Khalid?
That's DJ Khalid.
Wow.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess, when you run out of ideas for music, you take to Uber driving.
Mm-hmm.
Much like Driver X. It's a film starring Patrick Fabian.
Pretty much living my life right now. Yeah. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it's crazy, man. I guess it's bound to happen when you have so many people on the road. You get all different types of people. You're gonna have that bad egg every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't take Uber or Lyft, okay, guys? I mean, hey, don't let this rob you of the joy of an Uber or Lyft ride. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, man. By the way, I gotta leave. I gotta go pick someone up.
Okay.
Like, you could just take over the show.
Could you imagine?
All of a sudden, my phone's just blowing up. Gotta go.
Like, oh.
Gotta go.
Okay.
Sorry, man. This is actually the busiest time. I gotta get out of here. Yeah. All right. I guess you had Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, they announced it. It's not as fun as yours.
I mean, mine is.
Yours was great.
Mine is. Gosh, I'm very confused.
Well, it seems weird to me that it's just now happening. However, Janet Jackson was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, joining her brother
Kinda
Michael.
Crazy, right? Yeah, I don't know how that whole thing works.
And the Jackson 5. Talk about like a talented family, man.
Yeah, right?
The Jackson 5, MJ, and now Janet Jackson earning the induction on Thursday along with Stevie Nicks, who's already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as that other band.
Fleetwood Mac.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess now they let fans vote, and the top fan vote getter this year.
Top fan vote getter?
Yeah, there were a lot of artists that were up for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. LL Cool J, Devo, Rage Against the Machine. None of those actually made the cut this year.
Okay.
But the number one vote getter, according to the fans, did make the cut. Def Leppard.
Woo! Def Leppard.
Def Leppard. Are they Hall of Fame worthy? I mean, clearly they are because of the fans, but I'm looking at the other artists inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I'm going, huh. Because they include Janet Jackson.
Okay.
Stevie Nicks. Radiohead.
All right.
The Cure. Def Leppard.
Def Leppard.
Is it because like literally everyone's like into karaoke right now and they're like, dude, pour some sugar on me? Yeah, dog.
I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but when I played football in high school, Def Leppard was like my go-to to get me pumped up.
Of course, bro. Of course it was.
It was like Van Halen and Def Leppard. I was like
you don't have to be
got
embarrassed
pumped
by
up.
that. Don't be embarrassed. I mean, why not?
That's funny.
Cruise and Fallout fanboy 111 Vault Tech said that LL was worthy for sure. He did not make it.
Huh.
He did not make the cut.
Yeah. So is there just a bunch of people on the board of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that vote? Is it kind of like the critics where they have a certain amount of people?
Yeah.
And they vote on who they want?
So Janet Jackson, this is her third time being nominated. And so a lot of people were like, dude, about time, because this is the third time. However, her career suffered a fallout after the Super Bowl in 2004, obviously. She became eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2007, but she wasn't even nominated until 2016. Yeah, this is Stevie Nicks' second induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She's already there as a member of Fleetwood Mac, but she launched her solo career in 1981. Yeah. Dude, Def Leppard earned more than 500,000 votes from fans, which are incorporated into the more than 1,000 ballots. So what happens is there's artists, there's historians, there's industry professionals, all of the past winners from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
There you go.
Decide who gets honored. And, yeah.
Yeah, top 5 vote getters in the public poll from one ballot, which is weighted the same as the rest of the submitted ballots.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. They say more than 1,000 historians, members. Okay.
Well, yeah, think about
Makes
that.
sense.
In fact, when Joe Elliott found out that he was even nominated, the frontman of Def Leppard, he was like, this is stupid, and didn't want any part of it until John Bon Jovi suggested this is a life changer, and think of the people before you who are in, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, your Chuck Berrys, your, Elvis Presleys. And then he's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Just seems like somebody like Janet Jackson would have been inducted a long time ago.
You would think.
Yeah.
And then people are already talking about, because they do this every single year in Brooklyn at the Barclays Arena, and each band normally performs, but we'll see what happens, because one of the bands inducted into the Hall of Fame this year has been very anti-establishment, that being Radiohead. And so there's question as to whether they'll even show up.
Did you ever find a host for the Oscars after Kevin Hart quit?
According to the Oscars at this point, they're talking about going hostless for
Really?
the first time ever.
I wish people would just.
But think about it. Okay,
ban the
what does the
Oscars.
host of the Oscars do?
Yeah, he does
intro
the intro
monologue.
Yep, that's it.
And then the rest of the night, he's literally like, "Hey, please welcome to the stage from this movie this
Exactly.
person," and you could totally have that voiceover person do that. So
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I heard too. That's one of those processes that if you host the Oscars, you don't make any money. They pay you like $15,000, which is like, it's like not getting paid, because the time that you have to put in, it's like weeks or maybe even months of like getting ready to do the Oscar show.
Mm-hmm.
They said a lot of celebrities say that it's not worth doing, so it's kind of a pain to be a part of the process. Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, you don't get paid anything.
People are kind of like going crazy on our YouTube right now over The Cure, over LL Cool J. Like, I'm sorry, what? Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, right. Like Foo Fighters. It'd be good. That's one of those bands.
They're still, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're eligible yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Nirvana was inducted,
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 years ago. Last year, 2 years ago, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
See, and I don't have time to fight with you, curmudgeon. I completely disagree with your thoughts on them not being inducted. Oh.
What was he saying?
No, it doesn't agree with The Cure.
Oh. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
For Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And I'm going,
Come on, man.
go listen to Disintegration and call me.
Seriously.
I mean, we're talking about Janet Jackson. Nobody's like batting an eye that Janet Jackson should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But anyways, moving on.
Yeah, I guess now that you say that, that is a little weird.
Why?
Well, I mean, it's not really rock and roll.
Okay. You know who else is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Run DMC.
They're Aerosmith.
You know why that
well, I
makes
know,
them-
but
yeah.
Aerosmith.
They changed it
Yeah.
when they did Walk This Way with Aerosmith, and it completely changed.
All right. So is Janet Jackson? Has she done any rock?
Well, I mean, if you're like, well,
Like
she
Run
did
DMC?
that. She did that Scream song with her brother Michael. Lots of electric guitars.
Yeah. So I guess it is kind of weird Janet Jackson got inducted. You know what? I don't agree now.
Okay.
I think it's a bad decision. Show me a rock song from Janet Jackson, and then I'll take it back. I don't think she has one.
I want to go find out, like, okay, learn Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I was like, what makes you eligible? Like, and because
yeah, it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Not the Poppin' Hall of Fame. What?
You okay, buddy?
I had a stroke.
Man.
You know what I'm saying, guys? It should be rock music. Should be rock bands. So I get it. Def Leppard makes sense.
Okay.
Janet Jackson doesn't make sense. You know? What? She's teamed up with Justin
You
Timberlake.
were so wrong.
And
Rhythm
she
Nation,
completely
bro,
destroyed
on its
radio.
own. Rhythm Nation on its own, dog. Okay.
You know? She completely changed television and radio.
Dude, we've had a member of the Star Meet chime in the last hour 3 times trying to get you this link for vitamin water.
I know.
And I'm going, we talked about this in the 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock hour.
I've already,
we know.
I'm going to sign up, guys. I'm going to sign up. I'm going to get that 6-figure contract, 365 days without a smartphone or an iPad. I'll do it. I'll take the lie detector test after a year. You know?
Yeah, sure.
I just don't know if they, come on, out of the millions of people that are going to enter, the chances of getting picked, they're only picking one person. But, you know, hey, you can't win if you don't enter, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, guys, get your questions in. We do this, we do Shock Therapy Live on Thursdays with Pastor Nate. Janae Heitzig, she comes in every once in a while as well. So we'll see what happens. But we definitely prefer you guys calling into the show so we can get all the information, you know?
Yeah.
Just better to talk to you one-on-one. But you can be completely anonymous and just share what's going on in your life. If you're struggling with something, it could be a relationship issue. That's why we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Studio at star88.fm if you guys would like to send in your questions. You can also text them in if you'd like. What's the live line number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
All right, guys. All right. And, of course, if you'd like to call, 505-338-3700. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios, Shock Therapy Live is next.
Hi, I'm Todd Nettleton, and this is the Voice of the Martyrs Radio. While much of the world prepares for Christmas, college students in China have been forbidden from holding religious celebrations of any kind. The Communist Youth League published a notice prohibiting all student associations from holding Christmas gatherings. The notice urged students to place confidence in Chinese culture alone. Another city banned Christmas activities in all local elementary schools from kindergarten upward and forced churches to remove crosses from their buildings. Many Chinese nationals are concerned about these increasing restrictions on Christian activity. Pray for peace and boldness during these crucial months as Chinese believers address these restrictive new measures.
I will not let my brothers and sisters suffer in silence.
Nor will I let them serve alone.
To join me in prayer for persecuted Christians,
go to vomradio.net.
A Star 88 Supernova. Here's Rick Warren.
It's all about God. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about profit or politics or anything else. Now, most of you know that the first sentence of the Purpose Driven Life book is, it's not about you. What most of you don't remember is that the title of the first chapter is, it's all about God. Those two go together. The corollary, the reason it's not about you is because it's all about God. And those two go together. Till you understand that, life is never going to make sense. Till you understand that, this church is never going to make sense. Until you understand that, your pastor is not going to make sense to you. The goal of this church is not pleasure. It's not possessions. It's not politics. It's not power. It's not popularity. It's not anything that the world values. The goal of this church and the goal of my life is the glory of God.
Catch Rick Warren's Daily Hope on KAKT 107.1 weekdays at 7:30 a.m. This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe. Rebroadcast on KKCJ, Cannon Air Force Base. KPKJ, Mintmore. K201CC, Las Cruces. K203EZ, Alamogordo. K207CQ, Gallup. K211CW, Hobbs. K212EH, Silver City. K214DE, Antonito. K218AK, Artesia. K250AB, Roswell. K293AO, Alamosa. K228DQ, Portales. In the free app for iOS and Android. And online at star88.fm. The Morning Invasion brings you Shock Therapy Live, featuring Pastor Nate Heitzig. Call now, 338-3700, or email us at studio@star88.fm.
I don't know why you got to put me on blast like that. You know, that's not cool. Wait, is this on?
Let's ask the listeners what they think. So, is it appropriate if you have no plans to not go to your work Christmas party?
Ooh, no.
And when you work with all
I
your
went
friends.
stag, bro. I went stag.
Yeah.
I had plenty of plans.
When you have no excuses,
None.
is it appropriate to not go to your work party?
I mean, is it appropriate to have a Christmas party in the first place?
It's okay.
Is it appropriate to celebrate Jesus? Is that what you're asking? Are you asking, is it appropriate to celebrate Jesus?
No, that's not what I said.
That's
I mean,
kind of what you said.
Not a company Christmas party.
This is the first year I didn't even get to take it. I didn't take a picture, guys.
Well, I
First
didn't
year.
want to take pictures.
He
And I
loves
was
pictures.
forced.
He loves
I
pictures.
do. I was gonna take a bunch of pictures of me by myself in like different places, and
That
then
would have
like
been funny.
like Photoshop friends in that.
You didn't
are
take any pictures.
You could have
just
taken a
me
picture
now,
with
like-
Nate.
Like
He didn't take
Teo.
any either.
So yeah, we should have done that. We should have taken the
Yeah.
picture of us without Steven there, and then sent it to him with our real thoughts about how he's number one in our hearts, with our fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, buddy.
With our-
Miss you.
I'm going to show him with a swift kick.
Yep. They got an Amberlin reunion tonight,
Yeah.
so that's cool.
Oh,
Well, that's great. I hope it turns out terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
I'll tell you what, the last 2 days, he's actually called me during rehearsals and just let his phone hang out there.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, my gosh.
The audio, the quality
It's
of the
hard
audio
because
is
I'm like,
great.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
I hate you so much.
Right.
Don't come back.
I went up to him the other day. I was like, "Hey, are you that guy in the band who's opening up for Under Oath?"
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they?
We don't talk about it, Janae.
Oh,
It's very
I'm
private.
sorry.
We're very hurt.
They're headlining, aren't they? Pretty sure they're headlining.
No, it's kind of like a
Dual headliner thing?
yeah, but Under Oath is kind of the one putting it on. Like they were the ones who approached them and said, "Hey, let's do this."
That's cool though.
Somebody said instead of going to my Christmas party yesterday, I actually just went to the gym.
Oh, nice.
Somebody said my work actually doesn't have a Christmas party. Is that appropriate?
No, it's not.
I don't know.
Therapy
Did they
Live
give you a
question.
Christmas bonus? Let's
Maybe-
answer that.
I was
Maybe-
gonna say,
Well,
yeah,
your
that's
Christmas
sometimes-
tree is going to go to me because you weren't kind enough to show up. So I think it should go to the others who
Wait,
did show
what
up.
Christmas tree?
Not
No,
treat.
treat.
Oh,
Sorry,
treat.
our
Treat.
gift.
I thought you
The
said Christmas
gift.
tree. I was like, I didn't get a Christmas tree.
Already
and
picked
I
it
will
up.
tell you right now.
Already
I-
picked up.
How good is this employee? I was there like right away at 6.
Nobody else
got
was?
the thing, and I'm like hanging out into the night. Lainey's out there and like making sure as everybody's leaving, and she's like, "Oh, Steve-O, I didn't see you earlier. Did you get your envelope?" And I was like,
"Oh, you
I
told the
know."
truth."
And I was
No,
like,
he didn't. He stole it.
"Yes, I did." I mean, I hadn't opened it yet, so I didn't realize that, it wasn't as much as I was hoping for. So I should have said, "No, I didn't." I'm totally
Actually,
joking.
I think
I'm totally
I
joking.
should take
Actually,
everyone
I
for the
should.
connection.
Yeah,
So,
and-
like, if you could give me just like the 20 of
Teo
those.
Teo didn't get his. Steven, I didn't see him here either. I'll take both of those. I'm just kidding.
I agree.
Somebody says our work actually just gave us a Jelly of the Month club, no cash.
Oh, that's cool.
What is a jelly of the month?
I don't
Every
know.
month you get a jelly.
A
Oh.
jelly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jelly, like
Like
that you-
jam.
yeah, come on, bro. Like
Yeah.
wait,
Oh.
like marmalade.
That's a thing?
I don't know. I'm
Mar-
like, dude, how do I
marmalade.
make you know this? Jelly.
Jelly.
Dude,
Like I didn't know if it was
that
like
goes on
slang for
toast.
jelly beans or
No,
something. Like
dude.
a
Jelly.
bro,
of
give me
the
some of
month.
those
Do you guys
jellies.
not do
Like-
PB&J in your house or what?
When I worked at iHeart,
not often.
they gave me
Yeah, we don't either, actually,
they gave
now
me
that I
a
think about it.
Keller's gift card, so you could go buy some meat.
We used to do Keller's here years
Really?
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. Do you remember that? You were
Yeah.
a child.
You can buy one steak for $50. It's awesome.
What it was always like. I can't remember if it was Christmas or
buy a
Thanksgiving
deer.
here, and it was for like the ham or the turkey
Yeah.
or something.
I was telling Jesse, what if you just started giving people random gift cards, like if you like basically like the kind of gift cards that you don't know if they could actually use it or not. Like you just gave people PetSmart gift cards and you didn't know if they had animals. You're like, here's a PetSmart gift card. And they're like, oh, and then you just see their reaction to see what they do.
Dude, I remember the one year for the staff Christmas party, there was all those different gift cards, remember? And people were like cutting each other.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
It was like this fight.
It was the Hunger Games of gift cards.
No,
it was like
we had to switch.
It literally
dude.
was like the opening of the Hunger Games, like the cornucopia,
Oh my
and you
gosh.
see like who are like the careers that are going to rush into the cornucopia and try to get the good
Oh
stuff,
my gosh,
and then
dude.
who are the timid people that are just going to sit back and
Yep.
watch and
I
then
was
stab
that
someone in the
idiot.
back while they're eating.
I was
The
that
timid
idiot.
idiot?
I was the timid idiot that was like, it's okay. It's all just a blessing for Christmas. And everybody else got all these gift cards. And then they're coming back, they're like, I got GameStop. I got Best Buy or whatever they were. And then I'm going, I got CVS. I also got Walgreens. It literally was the first time I ever stepped foot in a CVS because of that year.
See, so what you got to do is you got to play.
He's all, I feel under the weather.
What you do is got to play the long game and not go up there and wait till everyone goes up to get food and then go across the table and grab all the gift cards you want.
Yeah.
See, that's you got to.
Oh.
Kim got a $5 Starbucks gift card this year. Or last year. Nothing this year so far. So.
Oh, nothing. That's too bad.
Some people are chiming in. Most people are just not down with holiday parties.
I mean, I don't love holiday parties, but you show up.
Our
to
culture
show your
and generation is
appreciation.
starting to not love Jesus a lot more, so I guess it makes sense.
No, well, like, I think about this, and I'm, as a grown-up now, like, do you guys do gifts for each other on Christmas?
Nope.
No, we don't either.
Yeah.
It's like for the kids now. And so, like...
Usually what will happen is we'll buy something like a month before Christmas and say, hey, that was our Christmas gift. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. And
Like,
so...
We bought a TV this year and it was like, hey, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
Black Friday.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a TV, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
Like
the
Merry
first time-
Christmas. There we go.
First time we got one for our bedroom.
Because this is the reason why. It's harder even to tell like parents and relatives like what you want for Christmas.
Oh my
because
goodness.
you get to an age where things that you really want,
Are
you
too
buy.
expensive
No,
for
no.
other people to buy you too.
Well, yeah, like, okay, the things that you don't buy for yourself, you can't afford for yourself. Like, what do you want for Christmas? Well, I really love a Mercedes G-Wagon.
Right?
I mean, that you always see in the commercials they come out and see one in the morning. Why can't that
Right, I
happen
want
to
a
me
big
too?
bow.
Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
real life.
With the bow?
It's not normal for you to wake up on Christmas morning and find a brand new car with a big bow on it in the front.
You want to know what I told my mom I want for Christmas?
that?
I want eyelash like gel that helps them grow.
Oh.
Like that. What do you do? I don't know.
Latista?
I don't know what it's
No,
called.
that's true. You end up getting
Like,
to
that's
a
what-
you
what-
end up getting to a
getting weird
place where you have
things.
your grocery list and you're like, I could really use some eggs.
Yep.
Because it just is going to save me money from having to go buy them myself.
Yeah.
Like,
And
here,
the
can I just give you
errand.
my grocery list? That's what I want for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I need some dog food for Christmas.
Dude. Yeah, I quit. I don't know.
You can't quit, bro.
Being a grown-up, dude, is just boring, man. Like, it's true.
Well,
You
is
take
it
care of
because our children always go, you know, I can't wait till I'm an adult and I could do whatever I want, and I can't wait till I'm an adult and I
You
can
still
buy
can't
whatever
do
what I
whatever-
want.
No.
But you have so much
Whatever.
liberty.
Dude, you
No, but
mentioned
like-
that Christmas time, those stupid commercials where you walk out and there's the Mercedes
Oh
with
yeah.
the bow
Well,
on it.
that's not going to
If
happen.
I did that and Chrissy walked out and there was a Mercedes in the driveway with a bow, that she would not be like, oh my God, you got me a car. She'd be like, we cannot afford
Right.
the payments on
Right.
this.
Right.
Why would you make such a big purchase without talking to
That's
me
the
first?
kind of things you do for your mistress.
Oh, boy.
My mistress Helen? Helen. Oh, good old Helen. I got
No,
a Christmas
it's
card
so-
from my
no, but
lawyer
what I
yesterday,
say-
and it was to Stephen and Helen Jeter.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And Chrissy is like, who's Helen?
You're a cheater.
Looks
Cheater,
like-
cheater,
looks
cheater,
like,
cheater.
Is this a
Cheater.
divorce lawyer? Is there something you need to tell me? Because
That's
it was
hilarious.
from a law office. And I'm like,
You can
dude,
get
I
taken to
was,
the hotel, bro.
I was in tears yesterday. Helen. Yes, she's 83.
You're a cheater.
I love her, man. She's my first wife, and I can't
Nice.
wait
You're
for
a
her to
cheater.
die so I can just have all of her money.
I
So-
love it.
good.
It's
Yeah,
good.
That's basically.
Maybe it's like a Steve Rogers kind of a thing where
Yeah.
like you've been in
Yes.
cryogenesis for the past 80 years.
Exactly.
And you
there's,
still love her, but it's
I do.
awkward.
It is. It's really weird.
Yeah.
So,
now you like love her
we
granddaughter.
don't have the same
Oh.
likes or dislikes.
Well, you love her
know, like,
granddaughter now.
yeah,
Like that's kind
I
of what
mean,
Steve Rogers did, isn't it?
It's,
No,
which
no,
is
no.
also kind of weird.
Yeah.
You
Messed
know?
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ew.
Guys, it's shock therapy live.
Yeah.
Is it though?
Do we have
It's
any questions?
Christmas
Maybe
time,
someone has
so-
that question, like, "Hey, I woke up from cryogenesis, and the woman that I loved is married, but her granddaughter's really cute. Is it okay for me to date her?"
I'm more close to that age range now.
Yeah, like what's like? I'm technically like 120, but I
170,
look like I'm 30.
Right?
Gosh.
by the way, I have been genetically improved, so I'm really handsome. So I could technically get any girl I want, but I really like my ex-girlfriend's granddaughter.
Because she's hot.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the girl I had 80 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
No.
By the way, she works for the government.
Yeah.
And so do I, kind of.
Speaking of old people.
It's weird. It's gotten strange.
Somebody chimed in and said, my grandmother asks for tinfoil every year for Christmas.
It's expensive, man.
No, it's because she's scared of the aliens reading her mind. You got to make the little hats.
Dude,
it makes sense. That's a rational. That's a rational desire. Bro, I've seen signs. I know what they do.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Nobody's asking questions. Everybody's still just talking Christmas parties.
That's because they're having fun. See, we're making shock therapy fun again.
Somebody says I worked in Albuquerque at one of 2 local hospitals for 12 years. Every year since I've worked, I've gotten 10 gift cards, but I've always been asked to donate them back.
What?
Oh, wow.
So everyone getting 10 plus gift cards on Christmas bonuses should be grateful. I have to work overtime to actually get a Christmas bonus. That's weird. So they gift you
gift cards and say,
But then they
hey,
say-
do you
And
want to
then they
give
guilt
those to
you-
kids who are dying?
Yes, they guilt you back. It's like, oh, here, you're privileged.
So that's what we need to start doing.
Yeah. On the flip side, somebody else said their Christmas parties are always too rowdy because they've never been allowed back to the same venue. 7 years, 7 different locations. They're
Where does
running
this
out of
guy
spots
work?
in
In
town.
Vibe?
I know. Well, I remember the one year we did a Christmas party at the winery, and I was like, ooh, yeah, we're going contemporary. What are we, switching to Mars Hill? Like, how's that happening?
Which winery did we do it at? Casa Redena?
No, it was was it St. Clair's? It was because it was the
Oh,
outdoor,
yes,
like, fun.
yes.
Yeah. And
That
We
was
Are
fun.
Messengers played, and he made everybody feel bad about Christmas, remember?
Oh, man, that was real depressing. That was
It like,
real.
all right, guys, it's
real
Christmas. Let's
depressing.
all hold hands and talk about how I'm from
Well,
Ireland. And we
did
have
you come to the
nothing, and
Wednesday
you
concert the
spoiled
next day?
Americans. Yes, dude. Darren, man.
Bro.
He is real, bro. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
He talked more than he sang.
I think
talked
that
for an
entire night
hour
he sang
and
2 or 3 songs.
Yeah. It was like, here's my life story. You should pray for me and donate to me. But also, love Jesus.
The best part is
Merry
the best part is he would start playing, and then you're like, oh, he's gonna sing this. He'd stop and he'd say, and also, and it's like, oh man, oh
I mean,
man.
we should have known the band's called We Are Messengers.
Right?
Bro.
He had a message.
He had a message or 7.
Bro.
Good call,
We had him on the morning show that morning. So it was like Christmas party, and then the next morning we had him on the show. So we kind of knew, but like.
Let me ask you
even
this:
still,
based on the new format of the morning show, how would Darren do on the new format of the morning show?
We'd probably just have to blow out breaks and be
Yeah.
like, well, I guess he's talking. So.
You're all, wait, now that you're at that really sensitive, like
Yeah.
heartbreaking point, can you just pause?
Yeah.
Hold it.
Hold on, Steve-O's
Hold it.
got to say what temperature it is outside
the
today.
high of 45 today, y'all. It's going to be freezing.
Wait for just 1 second so Steve-O can tell us all the temperature because we didn't remember it from 15 minutes
Exactly,
ago.
That's true. Hey, what's the high today, bro?
45.
Dang it! You were. I wanted him to tell me.
Oh, well,
Good
I
job.
listen to the radio.
Actually, don't high five me. I'm sick.
Oh, right.
So, somebody chimed
You
in
can
and
ask
said,
me that same question now if you want to.
yeah, we don't get Christmas parties because we have 2 Jehovah's Witnesses in our office, and they, ruin it for everyone.
Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate Christmas?
They don't celebrate birthdays even. They don't celebrate anything. Yeah.
because they're terrible.
Hey, but they did produce Prince, and I'm cool with that. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Full circle. Yep. Coming up.
J-Dub's got Prince.
Yeah.
The Mormos got...
Mormos.
They got the
Imagine
Killers.
Dragons?
They got the Killers
Yeah.
and Imagine Dragons.
All right, guys. Well, it is Shock Therapy Live, so if you have a question, a
Because
serious
if not, coming back,
question.
we're going to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction and the qualifications and why Janet Jackson is
Maybe
going in
Christmas
there.
is hard season. Let's talk about it.
Maybe we're just making people happy. Maybe it is
Oh,
a hard
okay.
season, and we're just making people happy
We're
right
just
now.
bringing
That's
joy.
actually true.
Yeah.
And cheer.
Yeah.
right.
I was
Good
just in Salt Lake
tidings.
City. We can talk about more about the Mormos if you want to when we get back.
Oh, my
Such
gosh.
a weird nickname.
Right?
Well,
It's
because
one
Mormo
letter
is a
off.
well, because Mormo is a demon.
Mormo?
Oh, wow.
Well, then I take offense for them.
I actually found out. A lot of Mormons listen to Christian radio because there's not like Mormon radio, so
Right.
a lot of them listen to like us.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Caleb.
And listen how loving and kind you are.
If you're a Mormon, chime in.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear.
We want to know. Because I was like, dude,
There's
that's
a-
not even short. It's not like obs.
Mormon.
where
A
it's
lot
like-
of
it's
a lot
like,
of dentists
just
are Mormons.
finish the word.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I just know one that is.
Oh, okay.
Dentist? Is it the dentist I'm thinking of?
That's the only one that I know of, so I would
California?
hope so. Yeah.
Aw, he's amazing. Mormons are so kind.
Guys, we gotta
Good
go to
God.
break.
Okay, yeah.
We gotta
We're
go
done.
to break.
Yeah.
Shock Therapy Live continues next.
It's almost time for Banjit to go to work. Because of her family's poverty, Banjit is forced to work in a place she never dreamed of. Banjit works in a brothel. She spends her nights in a market, selling herself to men for as little as $2. And if Banjit's situation weren't already horrific enough, Banjit is only 11 years old. It's not fiction. Banjit's story is a daily fact for 1.2 million children around the world every year. Yeah, poverty is very, very dangerous for children. But you can become a Compassion sponsor, and for a little more than $1 a day, protect a child like Banjit from the dangers of poverty. Join Star 88 and Compassion and sponsor a child in Thailand on the border with Myanmar. Call 855-293-2323 or click on the Compassion banner at star88.fm.
Whether at home or in the workplace, we're all leaders. Become a better leader in this leadership moment with Craig Rochelle.
In our organizations, this year, we're going to launch 5 brand new church locations. And the chances of them succeeding are quite high because of what we've learned. Where did we learn? We learned through failures. Years ago, we tried to launch 2 brand new church locations in Phoenix, Arizona. They didn't work well, so we quickly combined the 2 to become 1. And then a couple of very painful years later, we ended up closing the 1. Through all the mistakes that we made, guess what we learned? We learned opportunities and ways to do it much better. The only reason we're able to do 5 this year is because of a couple that failed years ago. We're actually better because of what we learned from our mistakes. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're not failing every now and then, you're playing it way too safe.
That was Craig Rochelle on a Star 88 Leadership Moment. Hear more at life.church/leadership podcast.
You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you only. Great are you, Lord. You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, and you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you only. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you only. All the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. All the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry.
produced the
Well, yeah, we have, and Mike's on, guys.
Sorry,
It's
yeah, we're
on
just talking.
Sorry.
One Sonic Society on Star 88. It is 9:21.
High today of what?
41 degrees.
45!
44.5
Dex and Steve-O.
degrees.
40, shock there,
43
Gosh, Nate, you
degrees.
still didn't get it right, and I literally.
High today of 95 degrees. Traffic is heavy. There's accidents everywhere. Stay home.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all that ice in that 95-degree weather. It's causing crazy accidents.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
Gosh, man.
Amazing.
There's snatchers out.
Snatchers?
Yep.
You gotta write that down.
God.
That sounds like a
They're
villain
looking.
in like a
They're looking for Harry
like
Potter.
from The Village or Lady in the Water.
You mean like human traffickers?
Nope. Snatchers.
Snatchers.
They're working for Voldemort.
It got like you guys came in the studio and it's like hot in here.
I have that tendency on people.
Okay. It's all the hot air coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, looks like you don't want to be serious today, but that's okay.
We got a serious question.
We got a serious question. Let's
We
ask the
got
audience. Hey, audience, you guys want us to get serious and
Let's
answer
vote.
a question?
Do we want to
or-
help someone in crisis, or do we just want to keep cracking jokes on Jehovah's Witnesses?
Wow.
Oh, man. At least
Well,
we're blunt.
there's
no,
that
I'm just
religious
saying.
guilt that I've grown to love and expect from the Jehovah's Witness.
Hey. Nicole said, just FYI, I'm a Mormon. We are Christians, and I love the show.
Thanks, Nicole.
We love you too, Nicole.
Yeah. Speaking of, somebody else chimed in and said, more more problems. That's what I always say. So we got more Nicole. I guess we got more problems.
Yeah.
I'm
Going to ask you this shock therapy live question.
Apostafarian.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
We actually had that recently.
I know. I was here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What is a pastafarian?
No.
Nope, I'm not going to do it.
No,
I take
no.
it back.
She'll call. You better not.
Shock therapy live question. How do you confront a parent?
Ooh.
Yeah, here we go. Let's dive in. My dad has been historically distant. He's present, but he avoids engagement. I can remember 2 conversations about sex in my life. I'm in my mid-20s now.
I hope this is a man talking.
If we disagree on anything, he just changes the subject or gets extremely uncomfortable, and there's very little emotional connection at all. I've been noticing recently how much that has affected me, as well as noticing the continued lack of connection. I'd like to have a better relationship with him, but I'm not sure how to start. I feel that addressing how things have been would be necessary, but I'm not sure how to do so without sounding like I'm attacking or condemning him. I want to honor him and don't want to tell him he's a terrible dad because I don't believe that's true. At least he's still around at all. But I do want things to get better. Any thoughts would be appreciated.
Well, the number one thing I would say is, how do you confront him with respect? You confront him with respect and honor, and you don't confront him as though, in the same way that, like, if a friend of mine committed a sin or something, I might confront them and say, hey, look, this is
Right.
wrong in your life, and I'd be like the voice of Nathan to David. But in this situation, you confront him with honor and respect, and you approach him from a standpoint of how you feel rather than what he did.
Right.
So
I don't know if it's as much of a confrontation as it is a
conversation.
And him vocalizing, hey, Dad, I really would like to have this
So,
relationship
yeah.
with you.
So you approach it from a place of love and how you feel. So again, as Janae just said, you come from a place of, hey, look, I love you, and I desire nothing more than to have a strong, intimate relationship with you. But I feel in the past, maybe you haven't meant this, or you've meant this, or you haven't, but I feel in the past that our relationship has been cut short for these reasons. I feel like you don't want to have conversations with me. I feel that you don't want to have, serious, whatever, intimate conversations with me. You can have just kind of a conversation of how you feel rather than what he did. So you don't approach him and saying, hey, I hate it that you did this and you made me feel this way and you did this. You always want to start with I.
Yeah.
And so, and by the way, that's not just the case in a conversation with a dad. That's in general a good way to approach a conversation
In your relationship.
in relationships across the
with
board.
friends, with your spouse.
Yeah, start with
anyone.
I, not with you. So that would be what I would say.
And I even thought the way that they brought the question up to us was pretty respectful and cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just kind of like this. Look, I don't think you're the worst dad because you're here. I just want our relationship to grow because it still feels disconnected and I
Right.
want to connect with you. So
Yeah.
I would love to know how that feels. I just, mine died so young.
Oh my gosh.
Are you making a joke?
I don't
Are
know
you
if
trying
it's
to
a
Are you
joke.
trying to lighten the mood by talking about your dead dad?
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's what he was just trying to do. He was
Was
trying
it?
to lighten the mood in the room.
Moving on.
That was
Maybe
the
he just
worst.
wanted the
We got
attention.
another
That was the
question.
worst.
I am a 4. So, did you guys take the Enneagram?
I think
Have you guys done
Enneagram's
all that?
dumb.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's because you guys don't want to really get in touch
You're
with
a
who you
4.
are.
That's-
Did you take the Enneagram?
Yeah, I
It's
did.
because it's
Oh,
the
okay.
current
What am
fad
I?
of personality
You're a
tests.
I feel like-
16.
No, I feel like you'd be like a 1, like a hard 1.
Mhm.
You're on candid camera.
I know. That's why I went like that.
Am I wrong?
Hey, speaking of
I
Mormons,
know.
did you realize? Did you realize
But the
that the new?
Enneagram's stupid.
No, this is actually serious. Did you guys hear this? I was just in Salt Lake. I was telling you before. There was like an outcry in the Mormon church because of the new Deadpool poster. Because the Deadpool
Wait,
poster of the Once Upon a Deadpool is like Deadpool like coming down from heaven
Oh,
with
I
all these
know.
angels,
I
and
know.
it's literally a like picture for picture representation of like the
Jesus?
angel like all the angels
Mhm.
and the like a Mormon painting, and there was like crazy outcry in Salt Lake.
I didn't.
Did you know that, Steve-O?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
kidding me?
Why don't you talk about
It's
that,
my
dude?
boy Deadpool. 2 questions coming in already, which is good. If you'd like to text in 505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-54.
I do think it'd be fun to be friends with Ryan Reynolds.
He liked and retweeted one of my posts once, and I won the internet forever. So we're basically best friends now.
Yeah.
So
Nate tried to email him.
Did.
he's really cool.
Well, I saw him on the late night show, and he started a gin company.
Yeah, aviation.
Yeah,
gin.
and he
Or
said
something like that.
Well,
I've
he,
never,
what he
You've
what,
never tried it.
what he said
I
is
actually haven't.
what he said is since he's out of the office so much filming movies that most often people would email him, it would be a reply like, "Hey, it's Ryan. I'll get back to you when I get back." And he was like, "I wanted to give some people something a little bit more fun," and so he did the most hilarious like out of the office email
Response.
back.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I got to see this. So I emailed him and got the response. And it
No
was like,
way!
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really, really cool. Okay. Moving on.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
All right.
I need help picking out a new book. Sorry, not much help, but it's a real question.
Oh, new book.
A new book.
Well, that's so general.
We need a little bit more than that.
Nah, man.
What
Let's just
kind of
go.
book?
What kind of book?
Let's
Is
just
she
go.
a novel?
No, let's just go.
Um,
First book that comes to your mind. Help him get a new book.
oh, I don't know.
Dang.
The Bible.
Oh, God. First of all, that's 66 books.
All right. I've got one.
Oh, okay,
They have
okay.
it at Costco right now.
Oh my
They
gosh,
just did
I
a
do
new
too, I do
shush.
too. I got one.
Nope, you had
Whoa.
your chance. You said the Bible.
You just shushed her.
That was your response.
That's her response.
That was your response.
You're stuck with the
You're
Bible
stuck
forever.
with it.
What an idiot.
It's your response. My response is Costco has a
kissing.
3-volume illustrated version of the first 3 books of the Harry Potter. like a
that's
fully
cool.
illustrated, like
Yeah,
hardback.
we got it for our kids.
Yeah, because
Did
we
you say that?
love Jesus.
They listen to the show.
Nope, they're in school right now.
Nah, man. Trust me. I know. Seth was like, "Hey, man, how can I get me that Shock Therapy Live?" And I was like, "Listen."
Oh my
dog.
gosh, no, seriously, Katie. Okay, since we're talking our kids, she asked for her birthday if she could come on the show with you two.
Oh my God!
She said
we told her no.
You are the worst father.
She literally
No, I'm
said,
not. I'm just joking.
She always sees you, like, especially if we're here on Wednesdays, because you always do like the news
Yeah.
stuff on Wednesdays. She's like, "Is that Dex and Steve-O?" And,
Aw.
and of course, Nate's like, or Seth, "Yeah, that one's Steve-O, that one's Dex."
Yeah.
And she's like,
love
"I
that
just
dude.
for my
Well,
birthday,
yeah.
could I go
So
on
cute.
the
And
air
what we
with
told
them?"
her, we had said because there's a new format, now you can. Before it wasn't kid appropriate, so you couldn't. But
Okay.
now
We
you're
do the
allowed to.
exact
Now you're
same
allowed
show.
to. That's what we said. We said
You're the most
now.
inappropriate one we have on all
Now
week.
you're allowed to come on the show.
So,
That's
yeah.
what we told her. That's what
She
we
wants
said.
to come on the show and talk with you guys. It's funny.
Anytime.
Yeah, dude. Of course. Yes.
Okay.
When's her birthday?
May 29th.
Okay.
We
I
said
might be gone by then, because let's be
Oh.
real.
what
I
we
mean-
told her is we said if Dex really loved you, Katie, he would have come to the Christmas party.
She wasn't even really there, so don't worry.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I'm gonna think of something else.
Okay. Somebody
Oh.
said, hey, focus. You guys need to hang out more on your own time. This is Shock Therapy Live, people.
Yep,
Okay,
yep,
well,
send
why
in
don't you
those
ask a
questions.
question?
Well, we tried
Send
on
it-
Tuesday, but Dex didn't show up, so.
Oh.
Just say what you mean. Okay, here's a real question, guys.
Okay, we're ready.
When you see people you know having an affair,
Ooh.
do you tell their spouses?
Wow.
You confront them
First.
first.
Yeah, that's
You
the
go-
whole
you-
question. That's
And
it.
then threaten.
No,
That's
no,
very
you
vague.
tell them, I know what you're doing. I see what you're doing, and you need to go to your spouse and
Yeah.
confess this.
So maybe they were at Costco.
I would
and then
say-
they saw like a husband and somebody else's wife in the like Costco samples department.
Well, you
and they
need-
were sampling other goods.
No,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
but what you need is you need proof. You can't just be like, oh, I saw these two
I
people
agree
at a
with that
grocery
wholeheartedly
store.
because you could accidentally like destroy two families.
Because like for instance, like there's been times when we've had friends to our house and we've been like, hey, we forgot something, and it's like, oh well, Janae and Steven, you guys go get something from the grocery store,
Right.
or like we had a Christmas party one time and we sent. It was Janae and
Another employee.
Andrew.
Wow,
yeah,
you just
Andrew. We're like,
constantly
no,
go with
no.
other dudes'
But I'm
places.
saying if
Wow.
people
What I
would have,
do.
if people would have seen them in the grocery store, like,
Oh no, it's funny. It's like
oh.
me and Andrew were in a grocery store and we were getting candy and all these other things because we were playing a game night.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
It was so good. And then I saw Tamara and Antonio and they were like, "Oh, hey guys," and I was like, "Oh, man, this looks bad."
It was kind of like a Steve and Helen situation, except like you could see them.
You're a cheater.
And it wasn't a lawyer; it was a pastor that caught him.
Dude.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds embarrassing. Wish I had been.
Yeah,
able
it
to do
took,
that.
took some counseling to
Hey,
get
you
through
guys
that.
were
but-
invited to the game night. You didn't want to come.
No, he was at the game night.
Oh, you were. That's right.
You have an awful
How
memory.
can you forget?
Oh no, I didn't forget.
That was the best game night.
It
Yeah,
was
it was.
fun.
It
We
was
played
good.
Yahtzee.
That was fun.
And
Do you have a Nintendo
sequence.
Switch?
I do.
Is it fun
We're getting it for our kids.
for
Will you
Christmas?
stop ruining Christmas?
Well, they're not here.
Santa and Katie love us.
They do.
They podcast us all the time. You just
Right?
ruined
They're
their
in the
Christmas.
classroom
Yeah,
instead of
just
doing like
and
their
he's like-
computer lab. They're
he's
just
screaming,
listening.
They listen to you for exactly 15 minutes every morning.
Yeah.
On the
way to
on the way to
school.
school, unless I happen to have XM radio on.
So I'm gonna just, dude. I have XM too.
I do
am-
too.
I listen to the Coffee House a lot.
The
I like
Coffee House. No, dude,
Yeah.
lithium.
No.
24/7 lithium.
Coffee
Except
House for
Madison
me.
does the morning show and she's terrible.
Well, you guys are all
Anyways.
pagans because I listen to Star 88 every day.
Chill, bro.
So
There's that famous Christian judgment coming out.
Jesus, Juke.
Hey, you married it, so
woo woo.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay,
What were we
so
talking
we didn't
about?
even answer the question.
Yes, we
but
did.
We kind of did.
Oh, we
you
did.
confront
Okay, yeah.
them. You make sure that they
Even the word
Well, no.
confront, because you're
So-
like, if you don't
That's
have
what I
proof,
remember.
like you're
Yeah,
saying, it's like,
exactly.
you don't want to
Make sure.
accuse
So
somebody.
you say you've seen them having an affair. Like, make sure you've seen them having an affair, not
Which is
hanging
also
out.
weird. Where are you that you're seeing them having an affair?
Yeah.
Okay, so
make
here's
sure
an-
you have
here's a
proof. I agree.
scenario.
So what I say is make sure you have proof. Then go to them and say, look, you need to confess to your wife. I'm going to give you like a month to do that. And then if after that point you haven't done what you need to do,
yeah.
then I'm going to bring it to them.
All right.
That's what I would say.
Wow. All right, guys, we got to go to another break.
Dang it!
We got to go
Okay.
to another break.
We actually have.
We got questions.
I got
pouring in.
more on that.
We're gonna talk off air about the Switch. I got some tips.
And I'm going to read you the Ryan Reynolds email.
Okay.
All right, Chuck Therapy Live, and of course, phone lines are open at 505-338-3700, or send a text in or studio at star88.fm. We'll be right back.
As a Christian, you have a hope to share. With more, here's Matt Chandler on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
It's not just this kind of understanding of our relationship with God that matters, because the you, and you are the salt, you are the light, is emphatic and restrictive. So it's the people of God, but it is the people of God, which means that one of the primary ways God shapes us into more of who we already are is via the grace of the people of God. So that one of the ways he's saying, you are salt, you are light. That's true about you now, but you're going to grow in your saltiness. You're going to grow in your brightness, and it's going to take place over a period of time. And it's going to take place immersed in a community of saints who understand most fully what we just learned above. Namely, that we're all fallen, broken people in need of grace, a savior, and a safe place to be vulnerable and honest about where we actually are.
That's Matt Chandler on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
We hide pain in the weirdest places, broken souls with smiling faces, fighting for surrender, for now and the after, yeah. Just look around and you see that people are scared to say how they really feel. Oh, we all need a little honesty, yeah. You are loved. If your heart's in 1,000 pieces, if you're lost and you're far from reason, just look up, know you are loved. try to be someone else. You are love. You are love. Just a girl, you are love. Just a girl, you are love. If your heart's in 1,000 pieces, if you're lost and you're far from easy, just a girl, you are love. Just a girl, you are love. When it feels like something's missing, if it hurts but you can't find healing, just a girl, you are love. Just a girl, you are love. If your heart's in 1,000 pieces, if you're lost and you're far from easy, just a girl, you are love. Just a girl, you are love. If it feels like something's missing, if it hurts but you can't find healing, just a girl, you are love. Just a girl, you are love.
Stars go dim. You are loved. Did a star 88, 938.
High today of
42.
Gosh, you're the worst.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star.
I was trying to be polite and let you
A
do
plane
it.
crashed on I-40.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
maybe it landed on
No,
I-40.
it crashed on I-40.
Okay.
I was the one
that's
who
not
read it.
true.
I read it.
Kim, to answer your question, it's yes. If I say it like that, then I don't get in trouble.
One of the mountains fell
You
down
want to
today.
know about the switch?
If I say yes.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yes.
it's Chuck Therapy Live.
Yes. Yes, Kim, do it.
Do we have questions, man?
Yeah, totally.
We got some?
Well, people were actually like chiming in with like new books, but yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
kind of them.
Yeah.
Smokey the Bear ate a family.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Yep. Okay, we got real questions.
Okay. I got a real answer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
How do I talk to a parent who claims they are a Christian, but anytime they're going through something tough in life, they turn to an occult practice? Tarot card reading.
Oh.
They know God's word and claim they are saved and believe in prayer. So what can I say to them about this in a way that won't hinder our relationship?
Is this a real question?
No, I actually have my answer like this on my dad's
Really?
side. Yeah, they're Christians, but they love to go to psychics.
I would
Really?
ask, what are you trying to get from the tarot cards or tarot, however you say them? But I would ask, what are you searching for? If you believe in Christ, or you believe in God's word, why are you going to other resources? And what answer are you searching for? What do you think you can get from these cards that you can't receive from the Bible, from God, from counsel? What is it?
Well, this is where I would go with it, is because the Bible is very clear on how God speaks to us and in which ways He speaks to us, and it's also very clear on occult practices and communicating, trying to communicate with the dead, things like that. So we talk about Ouija boards and all that other stuff. So what it means is that if there is only one God, and if God communicates us to us through specific ways, through His general revelation and His specific revelation through the Word of God and through prayer, then when you're getting spoken to through one of those occult practices, who is speaking to you? Because the answer is not God. And so if it's not God, and if it's not the dead, because the dead there's not ghosts. The dead are either in heaven or hell.
Yeah.
So if it's not the dead and it's not God, who's speaking to you?
Mm-hmm.
The only answer is
Beelzebub.
not. Well, I wouldn't even say Beelzebub. I would just say maybe Mormo.
Mormo.
No, I would say
Mormo's
it's
there.
demonic warfare. Again, Satan. People.
What if you were a demon and they were like, "We have named you Mormo"? I'd be like, "Dang, bro, really? That is the dumbest name, Mormo." That dude got. Never mind. Go on.
And this is the thing. If you notice it, all the angels have normal names. Michael,
Normal?
Gabriel.
Michael, Gabriel,
Trent.
Trent.
Jeffrey.
Hey, what's up? I'm Trent.
Mario.
Sorry I'm late. I was smoking a cigarette.
Why is Trent smoke? Why
I
is
don't
he
know. It just
smoking?
sounds like
angel
Trent. Just Michael, Benjamin, Gabriel. Trent.
Trent. See, to me, Trent would be like,
Trent
hey
is
guys, sorry I'm
tripping.
late. Totally got caught up on the 5.
Trent. I've never. Trent's a surfer?
Yeah, bro.
guys,
Trent
yeah.
just Joe's a surfer. He's sleeping on his best friend
No,
Spencer's
that's
couch.
Andy. Andy's
That's
the surfer.
Yeah, bro.
Andy's the
Trent and
surfer.
Spencer, bro. They go hand in hand. They're best friends.
No, Trent.
Yeah, bro.
Trent wears a trucker hat, and for some reason, he always has a little bit of dirt on part of his body.
Dude, you know, there's a Trent listening right now just hating us.
Yeah.
One of my best friends' name is Trent. Trent Grimes. Shout out, Dallas, Texas.
But that Trent that's listening probably has a trucker hat and a little bit of dirt on him right now. So he's like, oh, okay, well, it kind of hurts, but it's true.
Accurate.
It's fair. It's fair.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
dude. Yeah. So back to the tarot card thing. That she was saying that her and her husband almost were divorced, and the cards said they would come back together. Like, and she wasn't even trying to save her marriage until she went to the tarot card reader, and the cards told her that they were going to work it out.
That's a
So then
scam.
she
It's
started
ridiculous.
trying.
Yeah.
It's either
Yeah.
this is
It's
the
a
thing that I would
scam.
let them know. It's either a scam or it's demonic.
Can I,
Right.
so,
and it's like,
Those
okay,
are the only two
I'm
options.
going to roll a dice.
Yeah.
If I roll a 6, that means God's telling
dude,
me He
you're
wants me to
ruining
work
my
on
business
it.
model. Shut up, because I was
Sorry.
just thinking, like, if it's a scam, can I do that for a job? Because I need money. We got to hustle. It's Christmas time.
I'm sorry.
funny.
So I'm
if
gonna
it's
roll a
not
dice, and
tarot-
if I get like an even number, so 2, 4, or 6, that
Yeah.
means God's telling me I need to work on my marriage.
Okay.
If it's a 1, 3, 5, it means I need some psychology.
Yeah, because
help,
1 is the loneliest
psychological-
number, but that means I'm going to be
Right.
alone. But
Right.
in 3 years,
And so,
I'm going to meet
ready,
a great
set,
dude who has a
roll.
5-figure salary.
And then it says,
Whoa.
yeah, no.
Dude, I could totally be a dice reader. I'm going to be a Pokemon card reader.
Well, within
so I'm just
within
gonna
all
flip
of
and
this,
be like, ooh, Mewtwo.
so I would say
Mm.
all of these things though fall under the heading of divination. So it's using objects to divine and to see into the future and to have some kind of psychic abilities. And the whole practice of divination in general is
Yeah.
extremely prohibited in the Bible.
Yeah.
So all of these practices, whether it's rolling dice to see your future, whether it's reading tea leaves to see your future,
Ooh.
tarot cards,
Mhm.
Ouija boards, all these things, it all falls under the practice of divination, which is strictly prohibited in the Bible.
It's pronounced Ouija.
Ouija?
Yeah, it's an Ouija board.
Oh.
Is that the what?
Have you ever
That's
seen
the
how it's
Hebrew.
spelled? It's really weird.
Oh.
I'm like, how do you get Ouija from Ouija?
So-
Yeah. That was such a
Yeah.
white boy.
Oh, by the way, we're all wrong. It's the angel Sandy. Sandy's the surfer dude.
There,
living
I can
on the
see that.
beach, Yeah.
Ah.
And the Lord
So-
sent the angel Sandy.
And just to, again, when I said
You sound like Crush.
so when I said before demonic ability in Acts 16, Paul meets a fortune teller, and the fortune teller can earn this fortune teller in this particular passage earns their money by their ability to read fortunes and to do fortune telling, and the Bible attributes that ability to a demonic spirit, which Paul casts out of that woman in Acts 16. So that's where I say again, these powers, they're not biblical powers because the Bible is very clear on a couple things. One, that we can't see our future, that no one knows the day or the hour. That it's not beneficial, nor is it biblical for us to try to seek that out. But we should be trusting in God, trusting in God for our sustenance, trusting in God for our relationships. When we try to take it into our own hands, so we can see our future, so we can somehow have power. It's divination, and that's again, it's prohibited in the Bible. And the power that these people have, it's not power from God.
Yeah.
It's either they're charlatans or they're using demonic powers.
And even if it is demonic, it's still just a scam because that's what a demon's trying to do is
Yeah,
trying to
the
con
father
you.
of lies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just a scam.
That's a good thought.
Yeah.
Dex is here, guys.
And even what it is
That was good.
now,
That
now
was
again
good. That was
now,
really
now
good.
again keep in mind Satan sometimes uses truth in order to lie and to ensnare us. And
What?
so part of it is power. Satan wants power over
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And so if he can tell you some things, if he can tell you some truths in your life so that you become dependent on tarot cards and you say, "Oh man, I need that." He has now caused you to not find your dependence in God, but to find your dependence in tarot cards.
Yeah.
That's what I need to see my future. That's what I need to have a good life.
Somebody chimed in with something similar like that. Their sister went to a medicine man who healed her when she had health issues. And so she claims to be a Christian, but still clings to this weird occultish medicine man healer guy because he healed her once. And so,
Yeah.
anyways.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
we got another question. Man, my brother-in-law recently passed away. He lived with me, my husband, and our 3 kids. So we were extremely close and always together. Since he passed, his sister, who has never been in his life, has been around a lot. She's constantly texting me and telling me how hard of a time she's having and saying stuff like, I just don't know how I'm going to live without him. And obviously, it's making me very upset because she was never in his life. This dude lived with us. My husband tells me to have compassion and be helpful to her, but I don't know how to have compassion when I'm falling apart myself and now very angry.
Well, I would say obviously the gal herself is grieving, and grief has so many stages to it. And so feeling broken, feeling angry, that will probably happen regardless if your brother-in-law's sister was present or not. Does that stir up anger or bitterness or even a entitlement to be like mad or jealous or whatever it might be? Sure, I'm sure those feelings come about and they're brought on by this sister. But like your husband said, I would say you need to show compassion. How do you show compassion? You just explain to her how you're feeling too. This is so hard for me. I don't know how to get through it. Let's do it together. Let's, if you need to get a coffee and just talk, maybe just talking about memories. And I mean, grieving is going to be painful. It's going to bring joy and laughter. It's going to bring a bunch of different things. And maybe she didn't have the relationship she desired with her brother. Maybe they had that strenuous relationship, and maybe it was part of him. Maybe it was part of her. It takes two to tango. And
but
so
not when you're brother and sister.
Not like that.
Word.
I'm sorry.
What is it, Luke and Leia? You weirdo.
Bad.
Okay,
Like,
it just
so odd.
Okay. You know what I mean? It takes two people to fight. You can't. I mean,
it takes two to make a thing go right.
Or wrong.
It takes two to make it out of sight.
You want me to shut his mic off?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So
Hey, I'm gonna rock right now.
That's all.
So I just think, when it comes down to it, there's two sides to every story. Even though they had a broken relationship, what it appears
it's hard to
be,
lose a sibling, even if you don't have a good relationship.
You could never talk to them. And
I
want to
read you a verse that I
really
would say this should be
painful.
your response to this person. I know it's hard for you, but this is the incredible thing. God has a tendency to take us through things and to refine us by fire so that we can help other people who are going through things. And oftentimes, when we are feeling dry, when we're feeling desperate and sad, the response that God gives to us is to pour ourselves out to others. And it has this crazy effect of in turn healing us.
Yes.
We have the tendency when we go through a hard
So
time to
good.
become very selfish, and that doesn't help. That just continues to make the pain grow more.
Yeah.
But when we pour ourselves out and we serve in a hard time, that has the ability for God to fill us back up. So I want to read to you this verse. It's from 2 Corinthians chapter 1. And I'm going to read it in the Message because I think it really comes to life. But it says this: all praise to the God and Father of our Master Jesus the Messiah, Father of all mercy, God of all healing counsel. He comes alongside us when we go through hard times. And before you know it, he brings us alongside someone else who's going through hard times so that we can be there for that person just as God was there for us. We have plenty of hard times that come from following the Messiah, but no more so than good times of his healing comfort. We get a full measure of that too. When we suffer, it works out for your healing and salvation. If we are treated well, given a helping hand and encouraging word, that also works to your profit, spurring you on, face forward, unflinching. Your hard times are also our hard times. When we see that you're just as willing to endure the hard times as to enjoy the good times, we know you're going to make it, no doubt about it. And so I just think that, let's have this perspective when we go through a hard time that someone else's hard time is our hard time. Like, we're going to bear that burden with them. We're going to walk through that with them, and that we might be going through something, and we're going through that because God's going to bring us alongside someone else who's going through something. And I think you're in the perfect place to live that out. God's brought you alongside someone who obviously needs encouragement, who obviously had a bad relationship with their brother, but it's still hurting, and so they probably have mixed emotions. They feel like they never got to say sorry. They feel like they never got to repair that relationship, and so they're dealing with even more stuff than what you might even realize. And God might have brought that person into your life for such a time as this. And you know what? What if you can be a huge tool in bringing this person to Christ? What testament is that to her brother's memory? What testament is that? And I bet you right now, wherever her brother is, whether he's in heaven or hell, I guarantee you that his greatest desire would be that his sister would walk with the Lord, and you could be a part of that. So I would just encourage you in that.
Good.
Good morning.
Hey, can I just chime in on what you guys are talking about real quick?
Yep.
So I remember my dad died when I was 19, and I remember, excuse me, the day of his funeral. It was a Wednesday, and went and did all his stuff, and when we buried him, and obviously that was sad. And I remember that night, at the time I was leading worship for our youth group, and I went and I led worship that night, and it brought so much peace and comfort to my heart. Just being able to do that in that moment after experiencing such a great loss. So, yeah, I just want to encourage that caller too. Yeah, serve wherever you can in any capacity, and allow God to heal your heart that way. So
Good. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
We got a back and forth on YouTube going back to the divination question, and I think it's worth bringing up because Oswald is asking some pretty good questions. Like because I agree now that I'm like reading it going, well, I don't necessarily know that that's true because we're talking about how Satan has some truths, but Satan doesn't have power over, like, he doesn't have knowledge of our future.
Well,
But if Satan has that knowledge,
you got to keep in mind,
God doesn't have that knowledge or has that knowledge and doesn't share, why would God allow Satan to have foreknowledge?
Well,
I don't think
you got to keep
I don't think it's foreknowledge.
It's not foreknowledge, but you got to keep in mind that we're thinking of a spiritual realm and an earthly realm.
Yeah.
Angels and demons have the ability to go in between a heavenly realm and an earthly realm.
Right.
And we got to understand heaven is outside of space and time.
Yeah.
We see time linear. In heaven, time is not linear in that same standpoint. It's not seen as this is this moment. They're outside of space and time. And we have testament of Satan appearing before the throne of God with the other angels to give report. And so he has access to go in between these two different places, at least right now. Now, there's going to be a day when Satan is all his demons are locked up forever in this final place that we would call hell. Again, we even got to keep in mind when we're talking hell, there's different places within this. The hell of the lake of fire and all that stuff, that is a final resting place that he's going to throw Satan and his angels into, and then those who refuse to follow Christ. But we got to keep in mind all this understanding. So Satan and the demons and the angels and God exist outside of time and space. We also have to keep in mind that God has given Satan dominion, at least during this time, of the earth. So you got to keep in mind when Jesus was on the earth, Satan offered to give Jesus things that Satan had access to.
Right.
He offered to give him all the kingdoms of the world. He offered to basically say, look, what you came here to do was to die for all these people. You don't have to die. I'll give them to you.
And he never
all you have to do,
Satan had that power at the time. Right.
all you have to do is worship me. So we see the power that Satan has is very real, is very radical power. So now Satan isn't God. He has limits.
And that's
so
where I wanted to
one of those things where I would say
they're talking about on YouTube.
is because of the realm that Satan exists, he's going to have certain. Now, part of this is we don't understand this realm either because we've never been there. So us trying to wrap our mind around is like, well, how much power does he have? Look, we don't know. We know he has a lot of power. We know a couple things. We know he's not omnipresent. Satan can't be everywhere at once, so we know that. We know that he's not all powerful because his power has limits. But there are definitely powers that Satan has, and because of the time and the place and the realm that he exists, there is a certain element of knowledge that he has about our lives, and about the future. So we got to keep in mind an understanding of some of those things.
Yeah, and I think we need to be careful too because I'm just like reading the back and forth going on YouTube, and I'm going, shut up. Stop trying to say things because I think sometimes we throw out these blanket statements like, well, it's easy. It's because Satan has free reign over the world we live in right now. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. He's still not the King of Kings and Lord of Lords that God is, right? And therefore, he does not have free reign. It's still very limited. And when you look at Lot, Job, when he did go before God, he still had to ask permission.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Satan has all of this ultimate power and God is powerless in this moment.
Yeah.
And Satan's just like willy-nilly running around doing whatever the hell he wants, no pun intended, seriously. God still is sovereign. And so I think sometimes we say these phrases that we hope brings like comfort or something. I'm like, that just hurt, not helped your conversation.
And also you got to keep in mind the power of suggestion. Oftentimes tarot cards and those things are done by the power of suggestion. So although Satan might not know the direct future, he does know the past. He knows everything you deal with, and he knows everything you struggle with.
All
and
your
so,
temptations, all your little footholds.
So what he can see is oh man, this person's going through a divorce. This person's going to lose their husband. They're going to lose their spouse. So I might not know that they will get back together, but what I'll tell them is you're going to get back together. I'm going to tell them that, and that power of suggestion all of a sudden is like, oh my gosh, I didn't tell this person I was having a divorce. I didn't tell this person that my relationship was ending. How did they know my relationship was ending? So since they knew that, it must be true that we're going to get back together. And then what happens is because that person told you that, now you pursue this change in your marriage.
You've just
when
given
it
the
wasn't
devil
that
power.
they knew your future.
Yeah.
It was that now this power of suggestion, because they knew your past, that power of suggestion now alters your future because you are now living your life differently because of that.
Yeah.
So you got to keep in mind all of these things. But at the end of the day, just a few verses about human beings. And this is why I would say, look, tarot card readers, it's not biblical, and if it's either they're charlatans or it's demonically guided. Ecclesiastes 8:7 says, no one knows the future, so who can tell someone else what is to come? Isaiah 46:10 says, only God holds the future, and only he truly knows what will happen. And then Romans 8:17 says, if you desire to have peace about your future, turn to the Lord Jesus Christ. The future is bright for those who know him. So, a few verses for you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys. We're done. We out of here. If you missed any of the show, iTunes, YouTube, Twitch.tv. Search Morning Invasion or Star 88 FM. Guys, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
That's all we got. There ain't no more. That's right. Time is tight. It's the end of the show.
Some words can change your life. Skip Heitzig zeroes in on two of the most important words you'll ever hear.
They can change bad news into good news. These two words can be placed into any situation and alter any outcome. They are the words, but God.
Hotspot. Words can change lives.